to the LeafCast. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Ryan.
Excellent.
Kinda.
Thank you. Kinda. Let me turn it up. Welcome to the LeafCast. We are a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Ryan, and I am currently not wanting to tug my braid as much as I used to.
And I am Ryan's brother Dan, and the way of the Leaf should have a chance somewhere, not here. And we are the way of the Leaf, and this is the LeafCast.
Right? But not here. But not here. Yeah, well, this is the LeafCast. I am in a new place. My garage is super hot, so I'm going to be pairing up with KayK. We're going sidesies. That's the empty chair. I am, who is that? Clint Eastwood talking to the empty chair?
So Obama, what do you got to say about that? Nothing.
Oh, yeah, huh? No. Anyways, we are covering chapters 51 through 54 of The Shadow Rising, and we got to get to it. We got 4 chapters, and we got 3 guests, and let's bring those bad boys in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, look at these nerds.
Whoa.
Oh, these nerds, right? And they lived happily until tomorrow. Yay! Hey!
What is up, y'all?
Hi, friends.
Welcome to Steam First Time Readers. Thank you for joining us.
There's no happy in Randland. There's only moderately okay.
Ragland.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. KayK, hello, how are you?
Hello, doing well. Thank you, Brother Dan. How are you?
Oh, I'm better than most. Yep.
Good.
Who can't be with this tie, right? It's shiny.
Fantastic tie.
It's a smashing tie.
It's shiny. Joshua, top of the morning.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Not feeling great today, but we're gonna go with it.
We're gonna go with it. We're getting to beefy chapters. Sidori,
Lift you up.
For the honesty,
Todrick.
Joshua.
It's good to see
Brother
you.
Dan. Brother Dan, always a pleasure.
Hey, I can't really
see.
hear you.
Me?
Oh, yeah. No,
Hey,
Ryan and
Ryan
Kay.
are very quiet.
Are we?
Yeah. Where's your mic?
You know, it's
Right
interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It only
maybe-
comes in one ear on my AirPods.
Yeah, I'm getting that too. Just out of one speaker.
But I could hear you guys.
Yes.
Oh, there you
Sorry.
go.
Good.
All right,
Oh,
how
there
about
it
that?
is.
Is that better?
There it is.
Okay.
All right.
Number
Yeah, but
one.
now we got
for
some. Now we got some white noise though,
I'll
like
fix
really
that.
bad.
It's me
Right.
wheezing.
Hey,
that
it's
that's like a-
those damn tech guys back there. Guys, can you keep it down?
Seriously,
Yeah.
can everybody in the back?
Yeah, we have such.
We need quiet on the set, please. Quiet on the set.
You see the fucking red light?
Seriously,
know,
like,
what's
we
going
work
on
with a
there?
fucking bunch of amateurs.
Yeah.
The red light means something different in this context, I think, Brother Dan.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, what the fucking over there? I don't know. Guys, chapter 51. Let's jump into it, shall we? We got
do
4
this.
chapters. I mean, it starts off. They're just chilling. They're just chilling with their new best friend. The 3 girls are all besties. They're eating with chopsticks, having a difficult time. Ha 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 ha! Hilarity. But they're hanging with Eggy Annan. Eggy Annan's been coming by. I guess this is their 4th visit now. They like the girl. She's cool. They're hanging out in the what is it? The guard.
The 3 Plum Court.
Yeah. Well, that's the name of the place, but they're
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah.
chamber of the the falling
Falling
blossoms.
blossoms.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which is like the, you know, my wife, as I say, canonically, that's what I call my wife's vagina. So they're in the chamber of the falling blossoms. Bale Doman, Doobie not knocking. Bursts on in, he's like, I found him. You! Eggy jumps at him. Big fight occurs, but Bale is Doobie the man. And tells the women that, hey, she's a Shanchan. And they're like, what? Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't the Shanchan have a distinct way of speaking?
I can't remember.
I think they had like a slurry drawl-ish thing that they kind of like a lazy way of speaking. Anyways, they seem pretty shocked. Yeah. They're like, what? And then they start talking about the Soldam. They're like, well, you want to call her us? And she's like, they're like, I know that the Soldam can channel. I know this. They're like, what? And essentially, she's like, yeah, I just want, you're not what I had thought. You're different. But Nynaeve's like, well, fuck you, Shanchan. You were my best friend, and now you're not my best friend. I hate you.
Yep.
Let me see. I did have a drinking obligation here, but I'm not sure why. But I said, just because I can hook a shark from a boat, I do not offer to wrestle it in the water. I don't know why.
What's that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that. Why? But I did it.
Dan, you're famously into water play.
Maybe like a
famously.
Oh yeah.
Okay. How about this? Muttering under his breath, he released Eganon's wrist, moving away from her quickly, as if he expected she might come at him again.
Ooh.
Close, not quite.
Yeah, no, that's way better.
Close enough.
That'll work.
Oh, Robert Jordan.
Cheers.
Oh,
and by the way, everyone, welcome in the chat. Welcome people who are watching that are not live. Make better life choices. Come here on Tuesdays, every 10:30 on Tuesday. Big love to our friend MaTsDaGger, who is not in the chat. We are sending out some
serious
wicked
love
vibes to you. So you got it, my brother, and we miss you.
Miss you, man.
So,
Indeed, Matt.
So they pretty much say they like each other. Here's another drinking obligation because Nynaeve says, I'd like to stripe your hide till it glows like a sunset.
All right, yeah.
So whenever
we might need that's a double, Jesus.
Yeah. But
I don't think I have enough.
But they pretty much are like, well, we're just gonna. I mean, we already talked. We're not gonna let you go. We're just gonna kind of keep talking about our shit, I guess. In comes Julian. He's like, okay, I found him. They're like, let me guess, at the Penarch Palace. He's like, what? In comes Tom. So Doman is like, they're at the Penarch Palace. Julian's like, they're at the Penarch Palace. Tom comes in. No one knocks. Just comes in. He's like, yeah, I know all this stuff about Amathera, the Penarch. And so they're pretty much like, all right, they don't know if the Penarch is a dark friend, is a captive, or is just clueless. Right? Those are the three options. Yeah. Or that she's a prisoner, rather. I'm sorry. One option is Amathera is a dark friend. 2, she thinks they are Aes Sedai. And 3, she is a prisoner. So, yeah.
Yep.
They're like, well, I don't know. But we got to get into that Penarch's Palace.
I do love, as a foodie and as a culinary historian, that they're basically eating banchan here. They're eating Korean small dishes.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
and they're using chopsticks. It's cute. And there's like a fad going on in the city that
Oh yeah.
Omani cuisine is in style right now, and it may not be next week, but they're like participating in the social consciousness by like partaking in this fad. It's cute.
Yeah.
And very like earthly.
And there's like controversy around it, right?
Earth.
Well, I want to get into you being a culinary historian.
Yes.
Like, what would Genghis Khan have for breakfast, you think?
Some dumplings. Some
Horse dumplings?
horse dumplings, maybe.
Goose?
Only on the battlefield, probably. I'm sure it'd be some sort of pork if it was in the palace.
Okay.
Probably rice and miso. Some sort of pork.
Oh my goodness.
Do you
No
ever have
chicken
that
though.
with that
No
stuff
foul.
you make?
No foul, right?
No foul.
If you make that steak with that stuff, what's that stuff that be? Oh, have some miso honey.
Miso honey. All right, yes. Wait, so what do you think about goat porridge, Josh?
Goat porridge.
Have you ever made goat porridge?
Nope. Goat curry. Goat stew.
Have you ever made
goat porridge,
pureed
though.
goat? Have you ever pureed a goat?
No, you wouldn't puree a goat.
Do you
Like,
pate a goat?
How do you puree a goat?
Yeah,
All
why
right.
would you? Why would you?
Oh,
puree a
like
goat?
goat
One
tartar.
of its enemies. Exactly.
Yeah, goat tartar. Yeah, goat tartar.
I don't think
I-
goat
Goat
tartar.
tartar.
would be
Hey,
very good.
I saw War of the Roses.
Todd got it. Todd understood what you. I think you were
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah. Goat tartar.
goat tartar, dude.
There is another
delicious.
There's another drinking obligation, guys. Whenever there's unnecessary violence that's been threatened, quote, I seem to recall you threatening to tie a knot in any careless tongues, Nynaeve.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine
Charles.
someone tying your tongue in a actual knot? Gross.
Ouch.
Yuck.
Super
Try
girly.
it. Try it with this one, baby. My tongue's a heart. Or a butt.
Or a peach.
Like an upside down butt. All right.
Supple.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's why I have bad breath, because I have a butt in my mouth. God damn it, guys. Another drinking obligation. She tells, Nynaeve tells the boys, stop thinking with the hair on your chest. As you guys know, guys, you can't do that. What if we said, stop thinking with your titties? No one does that, right? God.
Robert Jordan would
That's
say
actually quite the same thing, but let's go with it for the drinking obligation.
Hey, okay.
I'm gonna yes and it for that.
Stop thinking with your titties, would you?
All right, we got super
Really?
super
Seriously?
chickens
Stop
in the
thinking
house.
with your chest hair.
that. There you go.
Super chicken.
I don't have
Stop
much.
thinking
so
with
I,
your felted.
I only have a few brain cells
chest.
if I'm thinking with my chest hair. Ryan is much smarter than me if we're thinking with chest hairs.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
nice.
This
Todd
is
is-
true.
Super
Are
smart
you
if we're thinking with
currently?
chest
Dude,
No,
I have
not
like
yet.
shoulder hair. I have shoulder and chest hair, so I'm fucking brilliant. No,
Yeah. Uber genius.
Uber, just
So the boys all go out. They go to get some information. Tom keeps coming back. He's getting all fucked up. There's riots going on. Riots.
And just to make the point, Julian did knock at the door.
Oh, did he? Okay.
he's the only gentleman. Yeah.
The ladies' man.
A rap at the door cut her off. And then he
No,
comes out.
he came in saying, I don't mean to brag, I don't mean to boast, but I get all the ace and I am in toast.
Wow.
He came in rapping.
Rapping, dude.
I found them. I got them. They're over there in the palace. There's no rhyme there.
Gone. Y'all motherfuckers are poor. You drink from a cup, I drink from a chalice.
If we don't get there soon, they're gonna start some serious malice.
Ooh, nice. Whoa.
Put some rocks
Oh,
in the boat because you're gonna need some ballast.
You better hurry up and speak, or I'm gonna shove your mouth in your mouth with my phallus.
Oh. Rap battle.
Go off your mouth.
Done. I think I won. I think I
winner.
won, yeah.
Good. I can't think of another word. All right, challenge.
Yeah.
challenge.
No, too late. There's it's like we're like playing chess and the timer's gone out.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, this is like sword forms,
Good
man.
job, Ryan. You did
Dude,
right. Right.
Yay! Thank you.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Ryan for the win.
Phallus for the win.
So there was a rap at the door. It was about a phallus. Tom is getting his ass kicked, but he is in his element. They're like, Tom, no, you're a limpy. You got a black eye. What's going on? He says, quote, child, I've never felt better in my life. Tell Julian and Bale there's supposedly a woman named Corinda somewhere in the city who claims to know all sorts of dark secrets about Amathera. And then he leaves. He's like just spreading. He's like, yeah, I'm getting all this. I'm getting punched, but I'm just getting leads, baby. Corinda's turned out to be just a dead end, as they all did. Every trail ended in a dead end, but they still don't know what Amathera was up to. But that night, she's like, all right, Nynaeve's like,
Well, there
all right,
is a little clue here that she's being held by the Black Sisters. Tom says, apparently she has not seen, speaking of the Panarch, she has not seen Andrix since donning the crown of the tree. Maybe the troubles in the streets make travel between the King's Palace and the Panarchs too dangerous. Maybe she has simply realized that her power equals his now and is no longer as compliant as before. Or she's being held captive by the Black, right? I mean, it's like, we learn that later, but he's theorizing here as to why she's not traveled. And we learn later it's because she's strapped to a fucking bedpost singing dirty songs.
Singing.
Right?
Well, yeah. God, yeah. If you let's go. I mean, you can talk about anything. I mean, I'll still go through the chapter. This chapter's almost done.
Let's keep going. Yeah, we're going.
But I mean,
just interesting to notice those little hints like that happen.
And then there's another little hint too, where Tom says that Amathera discharged all of her tire women. Like, what the hell is a tire woman? I was wondering. Without warning the same evening, she did it kind of like. I think Tom brought that up. And then I was wondering fucking what the hell a tire woman is.
I am Googling it now. A tire woman is a lady's maid, especially wardrobe woman in a theater or a dressmaker.
Thank you, Brother Dan.
Yeah. A lady's maid.
It was keeping me up at night. I was like, what?
So
she got...
Do you think that's a part of the word attire might come from that?
Tire. Well, there it is. Thank you.
I'm trying to figure. Yeah, they weren't dressing him in tires.
I know. I was just taking the word tire a little too seriously. I think. Fuck. Oh.
No.
Or I think Super Chicken, a tire woman has a lot of rubbers and gets fatigued easily. Yeah.
Nice.
She's
a tire woman.
I'm dyslexic. I thought she was stacked in levels like a tier, but. All right.
Carry on.
Is it getting more? Am I in Ryan's garage? Am I getting hot in here?
Yeah.
Take it off.
Clothes.
The ladies say, boys, you're not going out fighting. No scoundreling tonight. We want you to guard the door. They're like, what? Like, guard the door. We're hanging out. We're doing lady stuff. We need you to watch the door as we do lady stuff. They bind Again, Hubba. Nynaeve gets the ring. She's She's like, give it to me. I'm gonna go. Hi, Twatcast. And then Nynaeve goes to sleep with her elbows out and her snoring. Again, it's like she hates me. She hates me. Elaine's all, don't worry about it. She's gonna hate you. She's all, we're not gonna hurt you. Go to sleep. And then that's pretty much where the chapter ends. This was the last kind of prep chapter before it starts to get a little more action-packed. There wasn't a lot going on here, except for we know that again it is with the girls, and they don't quite know what to do with her. They can't just, stick her in a storeroom because Rihanna will know.
Oh, Tom does catch this other little bit of truth. Tomorrow, Tom said wearily, elbows on the table and chin on fists. I'm too tired to think straight any longer. I found myself listening to a laundryman from the Panarch's palace who claims he has heard Amathera singing bawdy songs.
That's
sort
right.
you hear in the roughest taverns on the docks. Actually, listen to him.
Nice. That
Hey, that's a good pickup right there, Josh.
quiz.
So I also just want to point out that Elaine finds herself thinking about Rand, and I
Repeatedly.
yeah, like constantly. So, anyways, really think they're gonna, get together,
But like,
like
like,
marriage, or
like-
bonded or something, some shit, something close.
She wants him.
Well, they both can't stop thinking about each other. He's also thinking about Min, and then he's with,
Avienda.
So, right? Like, there's just, like, he keeps thinking about Min, though. He keeps thinking, and then Elaine, keeps thinking about him. He keeps thinking about Elaine, too.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it makes me.
Yeah, there was a lot of tension.
In between
also-
thinking about... Sorry, go ahead, Todd.
It's interesting because it's always like three women that he's thinking about, and like this goes way back to like the Eye of the World, right? Where he has like a vision of three women, looking over him.
So going back to
funeral
our
pyre or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, and his
funeral pyre, right?
What
I mean,
are
going-
you, Todd? Yeah, Tadori.
Going
So,
back to the previous episode.
Maybe it's these three. I don't know.
Yeah, going back to the previous episode, we discussed quite a bit the men having multiple wives within the Aiel. And here we see Rand and Aiel men potentially sussing out having a future of multiple wives, right?
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah, maybe.
I mean, so who is it? It's Min,
Avienda,
Avienda,
and Elaine.
yeah, and Elaine.
Elaine. Yeah.
They're like the three that keep mentioning him, he keeps mentioning. Those are the three that keep coming up.
Do you think they would be willing to
He's,
share him?
around, and I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, that does.
Does Avienda look like she likes to just share?
I don't think Avienda does not seem like she'd be a sharing type of person. That's actually.
I don't know. She was friends with Bane and Chiad. And
Right,
they-
she comes from a culture that probably is
into it.
the most acceptance of
Well,
polyamory.
maybe because she is.
I think it'd be hardest
so-
probably for Elaine to accept, but I could see her doing it too. Maybe I don't know. I mean, she already has kind of shared him. There's already a precedent set with the passing of
With
the
the passing
torch.
of Rand
yeah.
from Egwene to Elaine. Yeah,
So is there Elaine is royalty,
Saucy.
right?
Correct.
Queen Air.
Is that going to be an issue with her being royalty and her
No, because
Sure,
we've already
yeah.
seen that the queen can't have relation right. There was that whole reveal about Tom and Morghese and all of the complexity around the queen and her relationships with other men. So in some ways, maybe it's perfect for her to not have a traditional relationship, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And her
Just
mom,
because-
and we've learned that her mom kind of does get around.
Just to be a
bit.
punk.
Yeah, it gets
rocker.
around a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her mom has had multiple partners that we know of, so yeah, this is becoming more and more plausible as you all spell it out for me. I mean, I was just like going off of what's
3
been,
more
what's been reading.
days. She taking it in the face.
But to your point, Josh,
love
when she does criticize her mom, and Tom slaps her and says, "Keep your mom's mouth out your fucking mouth," totally Will Smith her. She was like, "Oh, my mom's no better than Fairlane. That's horrible."
Brother Dan,
Oh no,
Brother Dan,
Oh,
you should lose more rap battles in the future. Thank you,
Edwin
BR.
Reno, I love you.
Oh,
That
The
that
sweetest.
is an image I did not have before you violently threw it in my head. Thanks for nothing. Go. Blah.
oh.
On that knee, yeah. She's like, well, Elaine was like, I used to pull that mustache, and my mom used to ride that mustache.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Is there anything else we want to get into before we jump into Night and Eve's dream? What I missed?
What you just said about mustache.
Oh, okay.
he's laughing at your joke.
Riding the stash.
Yeah. She looked like she's on a horse.
I like what they said about Egan and, I guess she like captured or she was supposed to go out and like capture damn it, not a soldom. What's the other one? But she let go. She let go. She let go Bethanin. She like captured her, but she's like, no way. So she's like interested in the good Aes Sedai. That's interesting.
Right. So she's having her mind blown
She's kind of
to a
like,
certain degree. She's like, I always thought you guys were devils. I thought you guys were literal devils that needed to be caged up. And here I am having tea with one. And by the way, all the Damane and Soldom, they're the same, although one was collared and one controlled it, and we treated them different. She was like, she's starting to evolve, I guess, a little bit, it seems.
or is she playing him?
Or is she playing them?
Exactly. I don't know, and I can't tell. But also, this was an interesting point where they're like learning. What about the learning to channel thing? What did you think about that talk? Because I know we've talked about this before, but I have to go back to it for just a second because it's like really bothering me. They go into this more, and there's a whole chapter about like, okay, well, like Eganon is like, well, that's what interested me about this whole thing was that like you said that they could learn to channel, so then
That blew her mind.
Then I went in and looked at it closer, and it was like, oh, okay, well, these chicks that I cuff or collar or whatever, right? Like they can learn to channel. And it is in there where it says, I did not know it could be learned. I was taught a woman either could or could not, but when you told me that girls must be guided if they are not born with it, I reasoned it out. May I sit down? Okay. Anyways, it's just like, so do you have to be born with something, or can you actually learn it? Is my question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Do we really have to get into this again? We spent like half an hour on
because
this last time.
I know, but I really don't think that that's the case. Like, because I know that you said that you have to be born with like a specific thing.
I think like some are stronger.
Like aspect of it, right?
Some are stronger with it.
Doesn't sound
Some
like
are
that.
not.
Well, Morghese went
maybe.
to the tower. This is canon that we know that Morghese went to the tower, and it's tradition for the Queen of Andor to go train at the White Tower. I think they were trying to see if she could learn, and I don't know if she could or not, but she did go, and so there is some sort of like we have seen at least that some people go to the tower to see if they can learn. I guess at least the Queen of Andor does.
Totally. Yeah.
I thought we
That's
had,
the only example I could think of.
Yeah.
I thought what we had learned was that there were two types. There's
Yeah,
people who have
the
the
Wilder.
innate ability
Yeah, the Wilder.
and who can channel on their own, and then there are those who have the potential but have to be taught.
Totally.
But not everyone can channel. So
Yeah, I know.
out of all people, there's two types that can channel. There's those with the innate ability, and then there's those who can be taught. But that doesn't mean that everyone can be taught or that everyone has innate ability.
Oh, right. Learners versus.
Yeah.
Okay,
Totally.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. But I do think that some
It's complex.
by evidence that the Queen did go to the White Tower, I think that maybe some people just
And we
go,
learned that Morghese had some ability, but not enough to become an Aes Sedai.
Yeah, and she couldn't even light a candle or some shit like that.
Right, but she could
Okay, this
sense the
is
one
really
source. But
Yeah,
But she could ride a mustache though.
she can ride. She can ride a new mustache.
Yeah, she can.
That's all
Call
you
back.
So Nynaeve goes to sleep. And
shit, there was something I wanted to.
yeah.
need. Yep.
Go ahead. I don't know
Love
if we've
it.
seen this chapter icon yet.
The butthole.
Oh.
The butthole, I guess.
The
Yeah, okay. Okay. What is this? What is this chapter icon?
It's a swirly. It's a swirly butthole.
It says butthole need, Ryan. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Hello.
Oh man.
Yes.
Butthole need.
It's like the seal. It's the seals, the Kulendar seal, kind of, but a little different.
That's what I was gonna say. It's swirled or like it's mixed up.
Is that what you picture the seal as looking like?
Yeah, I thought the
It's like-
seal looked a little bit more like a yin yang, but
Yeah.
maybe this is what's on there too, because this is neat as the chapter where she finds it, right?
Mm-hmm. Or
Yeah,
is
so
this the collar, the collar and the bracelet thing?
Ooh.
Right.
Maybe.
That's what I
do.
thought.
Oh, that's actually what I was going to bring up. Was so the way that they describe the collar and the bracelet being used. Oh fuck! I lost it again.
Right. To
Oh,
control
welcome to
like
my
Well,
world.
Gideon mentions it when they're battling.
to control
Yeah, and-
a male channeler. Yeah.
Right, but there was something about how it was different. Oh, right. That so is it the same? My question is it the same with the Suladam that they become connected to those who they control through the bracelet? We can talk about it more when we get there, but we were talking about the bracelets and that.
No, we have not heard. We've heard from every indication that we have is that the Adam, the bracelet that connects the Soldam to the Damane, is a one-way thing. There hasn't been any talk that we've heard of this being a danger that the Shanshan have to face when they collar a woman. It seems that it's it's a one-way kind of deal, and if they just put the bracelet up on a peg, that woman can't even move to move her own get her own bracelet.
And there aren't two bracelets, so maybe that's the difference. Because it was something about like trust
There we go.
and
Okay, chapter 11.
Chapter
What lies
11.
hidden?
So we've
where we've seen it before.
That's what.
Yeah.
So it's the museum. What lies hidden is in the museum, right? In the Amathera's palace.
Yeah.
So it's the museum symbol.
Damn it,
Cool.
Josh.
Ooh,
I
what?
mean, they're talking about the black Aja in here a lot. So maybe it's just a black Aja symbol. Probably not.
Maybe it's the
There you go.
Tanchico symbol.
Or Mogideon.
Tanchico butthole.
Did
They all bleach their
Maybe.
buttholes.
Maybe Tanchika was the butthole of the wheel.
Ooh.
Or it could be the heroes of the horn, right? Don't we meet?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
It could be the horn.
Brigitte.
It is all
Brigitte
about
in
like
here
the
again?
horn and this
And
one
Guido
too.
Kane.
Yeah. It really does look
Guido
like a
Kane.
horn. More than anything, honestly.
So she slips into the dream. She is dressed all in armor. She's like, oh man, I gotta control this, blah blah blah. She sees that Egwene like pops in with two wise women, and they are kind of misty because they're like in a half sleep. It turns out that she's on a horse while she's talking to Nynaeve. She's training to be able to like be half asleep.
One more last thing before we get too far away.
Please, yes.
The question around Eganon being deceptive or not.
right.
We've been inside of her head quite a bit. And she was already, before any of this was discovered, she was already having
Doubts.
second and third thoughts, doubts about the Seichan and the blood and all of this. And maybe that was all as a byproduct of having discovered that both sides of the bracelet wearer and the Callard can channel. But she was already having doubts about the project, her own history and her own social and cultural context, right? So it seems unlikely to me, like unless something weird happens where she gets turned against them, it seems like she is being drawn that way naturally as opposed to like deceiving them. Because otherwise we would have seen something about that deception within her own thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyhow.
Right, but Nynaeve and Elaine are not aware of her thoughts.
Right.
But
So they can
and
still
as far as-
doubt it,
I mean, and what are the odds that they came across the one woke Shanchan? I mean,
pretty high given that it's a novel written by Robert Jordan.
It
starts with one, brother Dan. It starts with one.
The woke shit, yeah.
Sean
That's
woke.
hilarious.
So she is woke, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's
shit,
so
dude.
funny.
She is evolved.
Nice.
That's fucking hilarious.
The woke Ken. So yeah, Nynaeve, in my opinion, has every right to be distrustful, but they don't know what to do with her. You know, they're like, well, fuck, we can't just let you go. Can't just put you in a storeroom here. It's not our house.
Yeah.
What do we do? What do we do? Anyways, so she goes to sleep. She's like, bind her. I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right, brother Dan. Our peeps have been on it. I gotta go back. First time seeing the icon is chapter 21 of the Dragon Reborn.
Ooh.
okay.
First
What is
time
it?
seeing it, huh?
Hey, so
I only had this
what's-
book. I was gonna go grab the
I
others,
think it-
Glenn, but it didn't happen. I can't get out of this.
I think people in chat-
Dragon Reborn here.
I think people in chat know what's going on, but they're just not telling us, which is great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
They're
We
trying
need to Rafa the fuck out of this for sure, or just like
Oh,
maybe
you know
backwards.
what? I'm so dumb. I even put a freaking box around it on my book.
Nice.
So we did talk about
There's like-
this icon. Thank you, Glenn. Let me set myself back.
Oh, look how good you are!
That's crazy.
You're such a good historian, Dan.
Glenn quickly went back through all our episodes to find that. That's great. It's amazing.
Fantastic.
Funny.
What a tell.
Wait,
So
so
the-
which chapter?
Chapter 21.
Of the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
But what's going on in it, Dan? Like what's oh,
Josh is like, I'm going deep.
Josh is I'm on that.
He's on the HUD. He's on the HUD, dude.
Yeah,
was-
he's got it.
Let's see. Baron is there?
Oh gosh.
Oh, it's in chapter
Gosh.
27
The
to.
world, it's called the World
Oh.
of Dreams.
It's where it's the stone fucking ring.
what?
Is
It's all the
stone
chapters
fucking
where they're
Is it
using
is
where
it
they're
a
using the
Tangreal?
dream ring.
It's the,
Yeah.
it's
Ah.
It's the
Tangreal?
dream ring symbol. It's
Right.
the
The one she's got around her neck right now.
yeah.
The butthole.
The
The butthole
butthole
around
is
the neck.
Yeah.
the dream ring. Hmm.
It's like a dream
All right,
catcher.
so I was like,
like
God,
a
our new
dream-
friend Howie's getting
dream
weird. I didn't know
catcher.
what was going on.
Oh, nice to see you, Howie.
What object is
We're gonna
necessary?
like it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's her little
Usually, like
her
the bridge of my nose.
Terrio.
What?
This is true, but not today. Yeah.
Oh,
I've been bad.
not tonight. No.
No motorboating for you.
Well, I mean, it's occupied obviously with like a town grill.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, brother Dan, remember that kid Marky would come over to our house and press his face up against our screen?
Yeah.
And be like, "Is anyone home? Can anyone
And then
come
when he
play?"
pulled back, there was just like a little stuff on his nose.
Yeah, that's what you look like.
Yeah, a little dust.
Aw.
A little Marky shit pants.
Let's not get into that.
All right, so
No.
90's like,
kiddo.
all right, hey, I need help. She like spills the beans. She's like, here's what's going on. There's something that could hurt Rand.
Wait, so
go
so
ahead.
how many time zones are there
Monkey
within?
should.
It's like we learn here that. Well, we learned that it's already morning in the desert.
Right. No, that's a
Uh-huh.
good point. We don't know what time. We assume what time did Nynaeve go to
Okay.
sleep? Like midnight, 10, 11. Who knows?
I mean, we
probably
know
not
that
later than
the rest of the men couldn't think anymore, and they had already had dinner, gone back out for another round of doing some shit. So
Hmm.
could be 1, could be midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. That's a good point. Yeah, it's already sunny and they're already on the road.
It is morning in the threefold land. Anyhow,
So it is. I mean, it's far enough away.
Yeah.
You know, but that's
Time
a good point.
differences.
I'm not entirely.
I
sure.
love how, but it's
Different
like
time zone. No.
no one's like, wait, it's morning there? Like, how do they? They don't have clocks. Yeah, it's just it's
They
an
could-
interesting.
My wife's in Switzerland right now, and we get by. I
Oh no.
Yeah, but
well,
you're a modern. You have a concept of long distance travel and like the fact that there are that being different places on the planet can cause a time differential, right?
Wait,
Like
why are you thinking about time zones?
Because it's sunny. We're in the next chapter, right?
it's
Oh.
morning. It's morning for Egwene when she
Egwene.
talks
Egwene, yeah.
to Nynaeve.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
But
they're
Nynaeve
like
just
riding.
accepts that. She's not like she doesn't question it, or she's not like her mind's not fucking blown, which I would expect it to be.
That's right.
It's a
They're
little
like on
incongruity.
horses. Aren't they
Yeah, you
riding
know, like-
horses? They're riding horses while they're like in the dream. Oh my god.
there's like, it's
Which is
just
why they're
terrible.
all
They're all like kind of
misty.
they're misty, right?
Like how? Yeah. Is someone like? Okay, so are they like? Let's talk about this. Are you like just clenching your thighs together the whole time in some sort of active pose, and sleeping?
Skills.
Or are you like? Are
Definitely.
someone holding you up? Are you tied down? Are you like? What the hell's going
Think
on?
of it like cruise control, Ryan.
It's mad skills, yo. Mad fucking skills.
like
This is
I'm
the
in a-
wise ones. No.
That seat doesn't have a back. You can be like, I'd be like, bro, I just fall backwards.
Oh. You know, there was actually a story about a guy who was issued a DUI ticket on a horse riding home from a bar. And no, this is true. But he got out of the ticket because he said, I wasn't operating this vehicle at all. I just said, get on home. And the horse went on its own and he rode. And so he said it was like a taxi.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it worked.
It worked. He wasn't operating a vehicle or whatever. Anyways.
Good for him.
Well, This incongruity with the time differential not bothering them like really pissed me off. It really fucking pissed me off. It made me really angry.
Let's talk about it.
You're like,
Josh?
fucking Robert Jordan. You
Yeah, fucking Robert Jordan.
Is this? I mean, is this the first time they've experienced this?
Yeah,
Like,
no one. How would that be normalized for them? They have no long distance communication that's instantaneous, except for the teleranrihod, and here they are for the first time talking at different times in the places they are, and no one's like, "Oh, what the fuck."
Like what? What?
Like, how is that fucking possible? Like, I'm sorry, but this was bad.
It's a dream
Hey,
world,
Josh,
right?
Josh,
Like,
they
I
gotta worry.
No, but it's
They
not
are-
the
they
dream
are-
world where it's daytime. She's saying it's daytime and I'm riding on a fucking horse.
I know, but they're too busy in the
Nena
dream.
Eve
Sorry.
gets it.
They're plunging
For
their
fuck's
necklines. They're,
You know what?
They're
Nena
changing their
Eve-
outfits from sexy to not sexy.
Dude, Nena Eve gets it, man. She's a genius. She's brilliant. She knows what's up.
non-naive? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Naive.
Nena Eve.
So cute.
Yeah, she says, "quote It is morning in the threefold land, and we are on the move. I had to
Doesn't
talk
faze
Amos
her, yeah.
into letting me come at all, but I was afraid you would be worried. That might be a drinking obligation. I had to talk Amos into letting me come at all.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
was Sienna... Alright, putting that aside. Was Sienna the wise one dreamwalker who died to the Wicked Witch of the West monkeys?
The Drakkar?
Yeah, was she in Rand's dream observing him when she was killed?
Possibly. Yeah.
Because Rand is like, what the fuck? They were observing me in my dreams?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
I remember that.
She is the one who gets killed by the Drakkar. So was she dreamwalking in Rand's dream when the Drakkar killed her?
Maybe
Possibly.
halfway. She could have been zombie walking like Egwin is now.
Is there something?
Hello,
wait.
Domino's Pizza.
Is there something
I'm
about?
sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck.
It's all good.
It's all right, man. Don't worry about it. Hey, Todd, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Is
Todd,
there
put 'em on
something
the air.
about her
Put 'em on.
holding a belt knife though?
Put them right up to the mic. Yeah, no, pick it
Don't
up.
they say-
Pick it up. Pick it up. We'll talk to him.
Yeah,
Remember
put
those-
them on the air.
You
No,
remember
is
those
there
great
is there something in there about her holding a belt knife though? Because if she was, then she was like must have been awake at some point. Like, are you assuming the Drakkar just caught her in her sleep, actively dreamwalking, and then? Yeah. So, but I think it says something about her clutching a belt knife. Are you
I think
got
you're
that?
right, but it just wasn't effective against them.
Oh.
You're right.
So yeah, she awoke at some point. But I mean,
Yeah.
she must have been the one who was spying on Rand at the time. I mean,
It's plausible.
Well, so let's talk about it a
Well,
bit.
it shows
because
her.
We hear the wise ones talk about the Teleranriad, and they're like, so Nynaeve's like, I need to talk to Amathera. Can I pull her in my dream? And they're like, no, you can't do that. That's evil shit.
Todd. Sorry. That's such a National Lampoon's
Yeah.
like call
Why is
back
the carpet
to
wet,
it.
Todd? No.
Why? Thank you. Why is the carpet wet, Todd? Oh my God, you knew exactly what I was talking about. I fucking adore you.
I love that movie. It's a family favorite.
I love right. Every year, Christmas Vacation has to happen, and that
Fucking
is
brilliant.
like such a great.
Fucking brilliant. No.
I heard Joe say, "Answer the phone, Todd," in that voice, and so I had to say it.
Yep.
Nice. I love you, Todd, so much. Okay.
Thank you. I love
Continue.
everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Continue.
I love everybody too.
What movie is that?
Christmas Vacation.
Oh, okay.
National
I
Lampoon's
can't
Christmas
I've
Vacation.
seen that movie peripherally. I mean, I don't know if I've actually sat and watched the whole thing, but
You should.
I'm aware of that movie exists.
Watch
I
it
know it has the
next Christmas. Yeah.
It has who's the uncle? That like the wacky guy.
I think we're hearing Ryan's headphones.
Oh, it's Randy Quaid.
Yeah, he's the weird Quaid.
Weird.
He's the Quaid that they didn't let back into the country. He grew this big old beard and tried to get back into the country from Canada, and they said
Yes.
no. They said no.
Randy Quaid, exactly.
Randy Quaid, man.
Anyways.
He had his moment.
He did, and he was so good in all of those movies. I mean, he was like epic in that movie
So good.
specifically, like with the short.
His fashion senses were amazing.
The fashion was off the fucking charts.
Yeah, but I mean,
for him
best
in that
Quaid
movie.
is Dennis
It was the
Quaid.
best
I mean,
thing
hands
ever.
down, right? We agree. Best
Yeah.
Quaid is Dennis Quaid.
I'm like going cross-eyed a little bit thinking about it because it was like so amazing.
Yeah.
Fashion sense.
It's all about Dennis Quaid.
It's like mine, you know, the
Who's
wig,
in
the
Interstate?
tank top.
What is that echo?
I think it's Ryan's headphones.
This
Yeah,
is the
no,
part of
it's
the
not.
show when we're entering the Teleran reality.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
I fixed it.
You
Is
fixed
it
it, Ryan?
better now? Better.
All right,
better.
it's fixed. All right, cool. Yeah, that was untenable.
Ah,
All right,
untenable. Nice word.
Untenable. So Nynaeve's like, all right, well, I need help. They're going to try to hurt Rand. They're like, all right, we can't let the Carcon who comes with the Dawn get hurt. There's probably a way that you can do it. You gotta focus on need. Need something and it happens. You know, it's the whole manifest. You manifest your destiny. You know, you think of. I don't know. There's a certain philosophy that shows that says that if you manifest things, they will happen. Anyways, that's pretty much Teleran. You just close your eyes and think, boy, I sure need something. And then, boom, you get closer and you go, boy, I sure need something more. Boom, and you get closer and boy, boom. And then finally it's right there. Pretty neat.
So why is it that Aiel's teaching philosophy to turn grown women into little girls?
Oh yeah, the braids. They put braids in their hair, like two braids.
Amy's does the costume that they put Egwene in to Nynaeve in the dream world.
Right.
Oh, right.
That's the yeah. I think that's their way of shaming someone, I guess. But
Putting them in their place. Yeah. It's dastardly.
well,
just
it's
a little-
definitely to the Aiel, but to the Two Rivers people, they're like, we wear braids all the time. That looks kind of cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the one part though where Nynaeve's like talking to the wise ones about like bringing someone into the dream world, and they're like, no, you cannot do that. Like that was like
They call it evil.
they call it the way of the shadow in the last days of the Age of Legends, and I was just thinking the way of the shadow. Like that was funny.
Maybe that should be our Ryan. Maybe
That's our like,
the way of the leaf to the way of the shadow.
dude. That's like your alternate, show.
You are
The
a
Way
side
of the
channel,
Shadow.
Dan?
way of the shadow.
Okay.
Where you just talk dirty and just malice and just are mean. And anyways, I thought that was interesting though.
That was the way of the shadow in the last days of the age of the legend. Apparently,
Yeah,
they
and then
attack people in dreams.
Cool little info dump there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
So this focus on need, they're like, just need shit. Just
And
need
you'll
shit.
find it.
You'll find it. And they're like, we gotta go. Bye. Boom. They vanish. So Nynaeve's like, all right, fuck you guys. All right, fine. Need. They're gonna meet in a week. They're like 7 days. Well, I don't know. I think a week is 10 days in Randland, but which is weird if it's already morning in the waste and
Yeah, right.
How are you getting 10 days in a week? Anyways,
Like, we need Josh to figure that out.
but they're meeting in 7 days. Good morning. Good morning, threefold lands. Hey, there's a big traffic jam near the Cold Rocks hole.
A Good Morning Vietnam reference. I do love the cinema.
I do love the cinema.
I do love the cinema.
We see that Nynaeve transforms herself in the dreamland to have Rhiandra's face, who is the keeper of the three plum cord. She disguises herself in the dream world, guys. It says, quote, suddenly a tall stand mirror stood beside Kalendor. In the glass, her big brown eyes widened and shocked. Her rosebud of a mouth fell open. She had Rendra's face. Her features flickered back and forth, eyes and hair flushing darker and lighter. Straining, she settled them as the innkeepers. No one would know her now, and Egwin thought she did not know how to be careful. Is this similar to what Lanfear is doing?
Oh, that's right.
I don't think so because it's in the dream world, but
That's right, Lent. Oh, wait.
It's very similar to what you did in Dark Souls when you hit like a tree and popped out and attacked people.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I would hate getting invaded, Ryan. That's why I did it.
I know. With no clothes on.
It scared me. All right, so
I like how Nynaeve did that, though. Without
All right, so
thinking.
this is really
She's like next
fascinating.
level. Yeah.
In the chat, we're talking time, and Danley said that the weeks are 10 days long.
What?
how many months? Dana Lou, how many months are there?
Wait, hold
The
on.
year is the same year length. Same
Is
year
it 12
length.
months or 13 or
Do
14?
you see how the puppet hogs the mic? Did you see all that? Did you see that? How the mic goes that way and then I have to pull it back this way.
That's amazing.
10 days. Wow. Oh, the moon must be closer.
Same year length, but a 10. How does that? So less weeks, obviously, in a year. But
Yeah.
like, how do you know that? How do you know that? Dana Lou, you're
That's freaky.
amazing.
That's awesome.
That's some hardcore WOT trivia for you right there. That's some watchinary shit for like next level stuff, right, Josh? Josh is in deep thought. So what's up, Josh?
Well, we've never heard about the moon.
Have we? Oh, hasn't there been mention of the moon?
I mean,
Yeah.
the
like-
moon has been mentioned, but not like observed. You know, we hear Lanfear is connected to the moon, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But no
Moon.
character that I can recall has like looked up at the moon
Looked
So
at the craters on it. It's like,
or like been.
wait, no, I
Is
thought
there
they-
moonlight?
Well,
did
there
they
has
ever
been
look up
mention
the
of
moon
moonlight.
in
There-
the whole eye of the world. I thought they looked. They never.
Or maybe
looked up the moon.
during the,
I feel like they did. I feel like they
Maybe
looked
during
up
the battle with the dogs,
No?
with the
we
hellhounds.
talked about.
Parent especially has mentioned
stars doesn't
where
mean
there's a
moons.
lack
Moonlight.
of moonlight that
Mhm.
makes it hard to see his hand in front of his face. So there is a phase of the moon. I would assume.
I'm just trying to think like how the physics, if it is Earth,
The moon
How
could be
could-
closer.
how would the physics have had to change in order to make the week 10 days? Or is that
Because-
just a societal construct, cultural construct?
I think. So I'm.
And sorry, Drakkar. Okay,
Oh,
cool. Be clear.
Thank
this
you,
is-
Luke.
If this is the
I-
moon,
Jedi.
if this is Earth, yeah, this is Earth, and it is the moon, and it's tens of thousands of years in the future. The moon is like getting closer to the Earth, right?
But no, I mean, technically the physics of the moon is that it gets further away over
Oh, I
time.
thought it gets closer.
Yeah, I thought so too.
No, it gets further away. Pretty sure.
Mm.
There was just a
Who's gonna
space
fact-
time. There's a
Actually,
PBS
that would-
FaceTime about this.
That's
I
not
mean,
how
Mom
gravity
gets
works.
further away over time.
That
Everybody
makes sense,
gets
actually.
further away over time, okay, Josh? Move on.
If it is going away from us, that would make sense with the 10 days because I don't know.
I mean, if they're moon months still.
The moon months are lengthening.
Yeah. So they just have a different calendaring system.
The universe is expanding, but are we like being drawn towards each other through gravity? Is our gravitational pull overcompensating the expansion of the universe?
We do need Dr. Dovie in the house for this one, I think.
Word.
Okay.
Can
you send her the link? You want to jump in?
So we see that we see
Dr.
Amethyr
Dovie wanna jump
is
in?
captive. She's with a black sisters there.
So the moon spins away from the Earth at a rate of 3.78 centimeters per year.
You got me. Thank you. I thought it was going closer. Shit.
No, it gets further away because of.
Thank you.
centrifugal force.
Thank you, Josh, for making that point. It makes
All
sense now. Anyways, yeah, carry on.
So Nynaeve gets to the exhibition hall. She sees a handsome woman walking toward her, smiling, and she's like, wait a minute. It says, quote, Nynaeve realized she had taken a hold of a handful of braids again. The woman, of its own accord, her hand pulled hard, and she stared at it in amazement. Her knuckles were white, her hand quivering. It was almost as if she was thinking of that woman, arm shaking, her hand tried to yank her hair out of her scalp. Why under the light? And then suddenly, the woman seemed she wanted to weep. The woman, images burst in her head, exploding. She slumped against a column beside her as if they had a physical force. Her eyes bulged. She saw it again. The chamber of falling blossoms and that sturdily handsome woman surrounded by the glow of Sidar. It comes to her that this is the woman that had entered and talked to when her and Elaine were like, oh, yes, just spilling the beans. This was her. But this woman, Mogideon, woman was shocked that Nynaeve even saw her, I guess. And then it says, cold rage would not let her listen. A black sister had made her dance like a puppet. Drinking obligation.
Yes.
Puppet!
Dance like a puppet.
Why are you doing that? Why is puppet such a negative?
Dance.
Just
Puppet
like,
dance.
like, do you know what it's like? We're just reading and reading, and then
Guess what?
snap! Hey! I'm an autonomous human being.
Ooh.
Jesus.
So she's about to fucking lash out, and then Brigitte shows up, or Brigitte, and is like, no, you outside.
You.
She looks back. She's not there, so she goes out and talks to. She says, I am Brigitte. The woman said, leaning on her bow. At least that's the name you would know. I remember the lives I've lived as if they were books well read. Awesome. Isn't that what we all want, guys? Don't we want to have reincarnation, but then like remember all our stuff? Because the bummer about reincarnation is you don't remember. I don't know. That's me.
Deep.
Anyways,
Heavy.
they start talking about Tel'aran'rhiod. She's like, hey, I could use your help. She's like, I can't do it.
Well, hang on. So,
Go for it.
so Asmodean is who she almost disturbed at Ruidian.
Yes.
Asmodean was the man walking around poking the mist.
Oh, right. He's trying to, he's checking it out.
With his hands behind his back, just kind of walking around the outside of it.
As if it was a barrier, right?
Right. Well, you can't enter it, Ruidian, in the dream world, right? And then there's something about Asmodean being in with Queen Morghese, too, I want to say.
No, it's the other guy. That's the other Forsaken.
What's his name? Do you remember?
That comes up in another chapter.
It's in a different chapter. Okay.
Yeah. It's totally revealed, but we'll
It is
get
though,
there.
right? Yeah.
It is revealed.
So we were right about
There's
that too.
3 of them, and there are 3 names.
That's
Right now we
Ravine.
only have the Mugidian.
Ravine, right,
It's
Ravine.
There's
Ravine.
Mugidian,
Yeah.
and then Ravine. Yeah.
Ravine.
Which is
You know,
one of
guys-
the 2 that we guessed it was
Yeah.
at the time.
Ravine, yes, correct. And he's like, yeah, apparently he's got a pretty little queen.
He likes
And
the
Mogideon
ladies.
is one of
He
the
likes
ones we
ladies.
guessed too. So
Mm-hmm.
there are more women than just Mogideon, though. I realize there's like 1 more or 2 more Forsaken who are women.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow,
Share.
Duly noted.
Share is one of them.
Sure.
Oh
yeah.
shit! I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that.
Well,
Dude, you
what
just
she's-
spoiled
yeah,
everything, Ryan.
did Cher get cast in season 2, Ryan?
Oh no! Oh,
Please
you
do.
wish, Joshua, with your caliber of what this show should be,
I'm like,
you fucking wish Cher was cast at like
I can see
as,
Cher
like,
with some
fucking Avienda or some
she
shit
does like a
like
modern pop.
Oh, no.
2 Rivers
Oh,
braids,
God. Oh,
just
no.
busting out in song. Oh, I can
Yeah.
totally see this.
If I could turn back time.
Cher does have that ageless look.
She does.
Isn't
She
that
has an
Cher?
ageless Ace Sedai look.
it works. She'll come out like, yeah, we'll get an info dump, and she'll be in the background singing about turning back time.
John! You fucking
They say I love,
I know.
I love Cher.
fucking amazing.
I was so trying to remember a Cher song.
He brought
I
up
got
the
you,
perfect
babe.
one. No. It's
Oh,
like Turn Back Time is the Wheel of Time.
So
Like,
could it?
Right?
song. It's so perfect, anyways.
It's perfect.
So could it be that the 10-day thing doesn't happen till later in the series? Because here we get that a week is 7 days. No way to warn her not for 7 days.
Ooh.
So could
Well-
Robert Jordan have changed the length of the week partway through the series? Maybe.
Or maybe they have different weeks.
Yeah, I mean that's true. The
Threefold.
different cultures could have different weeks. Week
I don't
lengths.
think she ever calls it,
Yeah.
I'll see you in a week. I think it's always just 7 days.
Okay.
So it's not
Yeah, yeah.
defined one way or the other.
I see.
You know what? I missed it.
It's not. He doesn't. Yeah. He just. It's arbitrary. 7 days arbitrary. It's not.
Oh.
7 days.
Okay.
One of us will meet
Okay.
you here again.
Yeah.
But I mean,
7 days arbitrary. Got it. Yeah, no,
why
that doesn't
7
make
days
sense,
if that's not a? It's like, why choose that number if that's
Yeah.
not? If
Yeah.
you're not dividing time that way.
Wait.
What
Are
does
we saying
MrHowley say?
Cher is going to be cast as Lanfear?
That would be freaking awesome. Oh my
That would be
God.
fucking awesome.
I would, you know what? It would be fitting, is what it would be. Okay.
Wait.
It
This is
would
crazy.
be fitting.
All right. So MrHowley's
So
saying
far.
Robert Jordan envisioned Fail as a young Cher, and he said that he pulled that from the notes when he went and visited the archive.
Young
Wait,
Cher was
what?
so Faye.
Thank you, MR.
Faye as young Cher. Whoa! So
I think we need a meme of this, Ryan.
That is mind blowing.
I'm trying to picture Faye wearing like the bell-bottom pants and the hip hugger.
Well, young Cher
Yeah,
had
like
she had the dark hair and the
Is it long and straight?
really long and
it has
straight. Yeah.
ferocious bangs.
Oh, she got ferocious.
Oh no,
bangs.
maybe it wasn't ferocious. Maybe she just had like.
She doesn't always have
Yeah.
bangs. She had bangs in the 70s, but not in the 60s.
Well, at this time when Robert Jordan was writing the books, this was like Moonstruck Cher phase, right? Probably.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so
Moonstruck.
Moonstruck Cher is
That's what-
different than current Cher or any Cher that I've known in my
Yeah.
That's what Robert Jordan was watching and like kind
later
of
lifetime.
perving on, I think, probably. He was like, oh, Cher's hot.
Like Sunny and Cher era Cher, I could see
Fine.
looking like.
Sunny and Cher
Yeah,
era
yeah.
Cher, I could totally see playing that part.
I think Cher taught
Absolutely.
Nicolas Cage how to act in Moonstruck.
I don't. Did,
That's That's a good point.
She's like, you fucking suck. Do it this way. And he's like, oh my god, I do it this way. And then she's like, yeah, every time do it this way. Then they have a great movie, and every other movie has sucked since because Cher's not there. Like slapping him in the face,
So
saying,
Cher-
"You call that acting?"
Cher is a good actress. This is what you're saying. Cher is
No,
a
no,
quality
Cher's the best. Oh,
actress.
do you ever see Mask? Cher's the best.
Oh, she was.
I
great.
have seen Mask. I love that movie.
Right? She was the best.
And Cher is
Elliott.
fabulous-ish in that movie. Okay, she's great in that movie, but that's the only one that I actually respect her in.
Moonstruck.
No.
Moonstruck is sick. And Mask. Moonstruck and Mask. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have
Mask
to watch that again.
is good.
Mermaids?
Moonstruck, meh.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh shit.
Did you like her in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
What? She wasn't in that.
Yep.
Temple of
No.
Doom?
She was Kali. Rule the world. She was God.
Are you on IMDb?
No. All right.
Which is the V-Swick.
Oh, that was a good one.
All right, no.
Okay, Witches of Eastwick was a phenomenal movie. I actually
was
watched
good.
that.
That was
Okay,
good.
Mr. Emmer fucking knocks it out of the park every time with this
That's
kind of
not
shit.
right.
And these
Yeah, fuck
things.
that guy. Fuck.
Okay,
Hey,
you know what? No, fucking that guy. He totally gets it. And Witches of Eastwick is totally the best.
Can we all
the best Cher
Alright,
movie ever?
can we all
and
agree that
Susan
she's better-
Sarandon and
Who?
what's her fucking face?
What's her face? With the
Susan
camera?
Catwoman?
Sarandon and
Winona Ryder.
trying to
Winona
see her
Ryder.
face. No.
Christina
I'm trying to
Ricci.
see her face.
Amanda
No.
Bynes.
Witches of Eastwick.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Well, let's this. All right. So
Anyway.
hey, if you can remember, let us. All right, everyone. I'm putting it down.
Just Google it,
Cher
let
is
me
a
know.
better
Bette
actor
Midler.
than-
Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh my
Thank you.
god.
I just said Catwoman. I said that
Oh,
already. Yeah.
sorry.
Who's Catwoman?
Josh,
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I
Michelle
can't hear
Pfeiffer in the
anything.
original
I'm so sorry.
Batman.
From Grease 2? Oh, now I know who you're talking.
Dude, Josh.
Grease 2.
Yes.
Wow. Dan,
I wanna
newfound loss of respect
Oh, Billie Eilish.
R-I-D-E-R.
happening here.
Billie Eilish.
All right. Well, we got to talk through this info dump real quick. So
Okay, fine.
Please.
the wheel
Focus.
weaves out the heroes of the Horn.
Oh, this is good. Yeah.
They can only enter the world of the flesh when that happens, or when they're reincarnated as a new identity.
Yeah. So they chill
That's-
in.
That's cool. The channeling wasn't able to touch them because they entered the world through the horn, and so they're kind of like they never really entered the world. They were battling in like an alternate overlay of reality.
But they
And
could
they
not
can-
get hurt, it sounds
Right?
like.
They could not get hurt,
But they can hang out in Tel'aran'rhiod, though, right?
and they live in Tel'aran'rhiod in between being called by the horn and/or being reincarnated.
Yeah.
That's
No.
so fun.
I
That's
love
so
that.
fun. No.
So
I love that, right?
we know the Forsaken are like we learned that Mogadine it was like 200 years old before she was sealed to the boar, which was young for an
Right.
Aes Sedai.
Right.
And but then they were in a dreamless sleep for 3,000 years.
Right.
And now we learn that these heroes of the horns are just fucking chilling in Tel'aran'rhiod, probably
Chilling.
maybe practicing their skills, maybe who knows? But these it's pretty interesting to think about how they're like sentient for maybe how long? Like how long do you think this has been going on? Were there heroes of the horn in the Age of Legends? Could you have blown the horn in the Age of Legends and all of a sudden?
It does
They
seem
said
that
Brigitte
way.
is the name that you know me by.
Yeah,
Right.
it
So she
seems-
might not have
it seems
appeared
like
as
you
Brigitte.
know.
She would have appeared as whatever her last identity was, probably.
And she says that, yeah. She's already been born back like hundreds of times. Back into the wheel.
That
And
she
she's
can
always
remember.
linked to some ugly dude.
I like
And then-
that. She's always like connected to that guy, the
Yeah.
Guidel
She's like,
King.
I always hate him at first, and we
And Guidel
always-
Kane like seems like he can't see Nynaeve, which is funny because previously he couldn't be seen by Perrin. And now it seems like Nynaeve can see him, but he can't see her. Or he at least decides to ignore her. But I'm not. I haven't wrapped my head around that yet.
Yeah,
He scolds Brigitte about the precepts.
Right. He hears Brigitte talking, but he doesn't seem to see Nynaeve there. At least that's what Nynaeve thinks. Kane ignored Nynaeve as though she did not exist.
The precepts exist for a reason, Brigitte. Nothing but strife and trouble has ever come from breaking them.
Well, that's a good question. What do you think, Todd and Kay? Do you think he could not see Nynaeve, or he just was saying, we're not supposed to be talking to these people and ignoring her on purpose?
There is a
There's another passage here. Nynaeve blinked. The dark, heavy man had not moved that she had seen, but he suddenly stood 2 paces away, drawing a honing stone along one of his swords with a soft, silky rasp. Plainly, as far as he was concerned, Brigitte was speaking to the air.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you take that literally?
Wait, what? Brigitte was talking to the air?
I take that as Nynaeve's perception of the situation, truthfully.
She doesn't see him. Oh, what?
No, she sees him, but not vice versa, it seems like.
Oh, right. I got you.
Or that's her perception of it.
Yeah, it just sounds like walking the streets of New York. You just don't make eye contact. No one exists. Move along. Is that a mugging? Move along.
Right. I don't know. I haven't wrapped my head around that yet. It's weird. So then there's this other bit. Facing Mo Gideon is difficult, not only because she is forsaken. She hides and takes no risks. Blah, blah, blah. Especially here, she is a coiled serpent in the high grass, waiting for her own moment to strike, with less compassion than the snake. Especially here, do not take her lightly. Lanfear always claimed Tel'aran'rhiod for her own. But Mo Gideon could do things here far beyond Lanfear, though she has not Lanfear's strength in the world of flesh.
Bam.
Okay.
Well, we should not ignore this little line here, though. So when we're talking about Guido Kane, he says here, quote, well, there is a drinking obligation real fast. It says the line, or perhaps I simply hunger for the flesh again. Who doesn't hunger for the flesh again sometimes, right?
The
All right. So,
Yep.
Always.
Yep.
The flag.
Again and again. And
Basically,
again.
another way of saying I'm feeling randy.
feel Randy. So, hey, baby.
Honey!
I'm
Well,
hungry.
that's not Guido Kane who says that. That's Brigitte.
That's Brigitte who says that. But Guido Kane says, when the horn calls us, we will fight. When the wheel weaves us, we will fight. Not until then. He glowered at her. Have you forgotten what Mo Gideon promised you when we followed Lews Therin? I saw her, Brigitte. She will know you here. And apparently that promise was that she would, quote, she promised to make me weep alone for as long as the wheel turns. She said it as a fact. It simply had not happened. She said it as a fact that simply had not happened yet.
That was such a heartbreaking moment. Honestly, I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
So
And then
like,
followed by like, "Oh, but then you're doing this anyways," kind of thing. Like, what the fuck?
But this is Guido Kane's like, he's like, man, she's gonna sever our bond, and I don't want that. I want you forever and ever and ever. So I'm gonna ignore this person that you're talking to because it's fucking with precepts. Could that be the case?
So maybe
the cheek held more than fondness. It was a surprise to see she was shorter, stocky, and muscled. He was powerful in his movements. He gave the impression of being taller than he was. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I had a dime, you know?
You guys from Jersey Shore, right?
For every guy that wanted to
hey, listen,
be taller than they were.
That's Guido Kane.
Maybe the acceptance of the precepts precludes you from, no, because he can see Mo Gideon, so why wouldn't he be able to see Nynaeve? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's protecting herself.
It's a head scratcher.
Yeah.
This is a drinking obligation. Hefting her silver bow, she went to put an arm around Kane's shoulders and murmured in his ear. Whatever she said, Kane was laughing as they vanished.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
They're going to bang.
I loved that part.
I thought she was just talking shit about Nynaeve. She's like, yeah, look at this. Oh, girl.
Totally.
Do they have toothpaste in the Two Rivers? Jesus.
Yeah.
So they bolt. Everyone's gone. Nynaeve like pretty much looks and sees there's a seal to the Dark One's prison in this main exhibit hall, as well as these weird bracelets that have some like when she touches them, they have like a gross feeling. Feel like sad, depressed, weird.
Oh, right. I thought you meant like physically gross, like a.
Anyways, no, just like emotionally gross.
Yeah. She feels, yeah.
And then
terrible.
Boom, she's awake. Elaine's like, wake up. She's like, wake up! Why'd you put the keys up on the table? Wake up! You wanted to. Anyways, obligation. Nynaeve jerked her silk shift down.
Fuck yeah, she did.
Drink.
So much drinking.
Actually, RJ
uses
a lot in these next couple chapters.
Hang in there.
Let's see. There's a clamor outside. Thump. Boom. What? They go outside. Tom got fucking kicked in the face. Flying kick. But the other Julian fucked him up. His dude just laid out in the hallway. Here's a drinking obligation. I'm just gonna read this fucking. I know, Ryan. It's not me. He's
the worst.
Nynaeve and Eggianan were in the hall in their shifts. Julian was eyeing them both in an approving manner that would have caused trouble if Renja had seen it, though he at least was trying not to be obvious. Doman made no effort at all to hide his frank appraisal of Eggianan, crossing his arms and pursing his lips in disgusting fashion while looking her up and down.
They don't do me dirty.
I'm kind of wondering how he's pursing his lips in disgusting fashion. He's all, anyways, go on.
So Kay and Todd, what do you make of the seeming? Why is Mogideon working against, or not with, at least, the Black Aja? What does it imply that there are multiple powers in the fight here on the dark side who are not... I mean, we know Lanfear isn't necessarily behind the Great Lord of the Dark. What?
You've got to be kidding me, Josh. That was my question for you.
No, it's a great question.
Well, too slow.
Down low. Too slow.
Yeah.
I know you, Josh.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. Todd,
you see, no, it's so interesting and complex. You see factions, in the Forsaken.
Yeah.
You see them like vying for certain, goals. Like they have all their own goals and like their motives and stuff like that.
Right.
Do we think that there is a Forsaken? Is there a Forsaken working with the Black Aja right now?
That's the secondary question, Dan. Absolutely. Yeah. So who is behind the Black Aja? And what?
That's not the question. Who is behind the Black Aja?
Yeah. What Forsaken?
Or which Forsaken are also Black Aja. Which one?
No, I don't think any Forsaken are Black Aja.
Oh, like parading around. They could be parading around as a Black Aja.
Sorry.
Definitely not Mogideon.
Like portraying a Black Aja?
And not Lanfear. because
Gideon, not
she's
Lancer.
working on her own.
Yeah, Mo.
Who's giving them their
it's-
orders?
We've determined that Ravine might be hanging out in Camelin.
Yeah, they all have
So,
their.
what do you guys think? Okay, do you think that the Black Aja have like a Forsaken that is actually working with them, or are the Forsaken just like these are little kids and I don't want to deal with them, and we're just doing
Child's
our
play.
own? We're going to Queens, baby.
No, I think that I think some Forsaken, maybe even like
Yeah.
ruling
One we haven't met yet.
Black Aja, or maybe the other way around. I'm not even sure. I feel like Black Aja may be under Forsaken. Like Forsaken are part of the Dark Power and like more powerful than the rest of them. So I think that the Forsaken maybe like individually have like their own little teams of like Black Aja. If I don't really know, but like that's what I would guess out of my ass.
All
Or
right, so
they're-
let's put this in real world connotation. Let's say that the Dark One is Kanye West. The Forsaken are like the posse, and the Black Aja are what, like fan clubs?
They're like, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they're just.
No, I think it's like the Pope, bishops, and then the clergy
okay,
is the analogy I would use.
okay. You don't like my Kanye now?
All right, that makes no sense to me.
No,
John.
I like
I
both
have no
those
idea what
analogies.
you're trying for people fall into.
Maybe the Black Aja are like they're like state legislatures, you know, like they're not federal, you know.
Yeah, we could use that too. President, senator, House of Representatives.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Or they're just
Well, wait,
aides.
who
They're
though?
aides. They're aides to the House of Representatives.
Well,
All right,
that's the
well,
question. So, are the Black Aja serving a Forsaken, or are they getting their orders directly from the Great Lord of the Dark?
Or are they being used by the Forsaken? Or some of them, multiple Forsakens.
Here's
Right,
what-
we've not-
Okay, so the Forsaken though are the ones that are trapped though, right?
Well,
So
not. We know that at least 6 of
They're
them
free.
are out.
Right.
Some of them are free, yeah.
Guys,
Maybe
So
8.
don't you think they could be actually more so ruling some of these Black Aja cult?
So that's the implication. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, I
That's
gotta-
the question: is are the Black Aja directly serving the Great Lord of the Dark, or were they serving the dude who died, who was Balzamon?
Right.
And now they don't know that Balzamon is dead because Rand just killed him in the tower, and they haven't gotten that information.
That's right.
Or are they serving
Oh.
another? Are they serving
they're-
another Forsaken?
So they're just aimless without their leader, kind of like floundering.
Well, they're still serving their original mission that they were given probably by Balzamon. They just don't know he's dead.
Yeah, I always thought that they were just
Okay.
like serving each like all the Black Aja have their own people that they kind of know about, and everything's very like on the down low, like as you would imagine something like Black Aja might be, because it's very like hush hush and underground. So I'm thinking kind of like Prohibition era type stuff is happening, and there's just like groups of
Nice.
Black Aja that are controlled by specific Forsaken, perhaps.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah,
then
there's, like,
that is
speakeasies,
How
yeah.
they like, and then the Forsaken are the ones that report or whatever the fuck to the Dark One or whomever is like higher up, or whatever.
So
I like that.
Dan,
this
hold on.
theory.
So the Black Aja is older, predates the Forsaken coming out of the board, correct?
Yes, I think so.
So what makes you so where do you think they originate if the Forsaken are trapped in the board?
I think they originated prior to them getting put away.
Oh, in the Age of Legends. Oh, in the Age of Legends. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So it's always just been kind of like this Masonic.
Since
secret
there was
stuff.
an Aes Sedai set of colors for the houses or whatever the fuck they're called, there was the Black Aja there alongside them.
Interesting.
We're right on. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
The fact that the Black Aja. What do you guys? Why aren't the Forsaken cooperating? It seems. What are your thoughts about the Forsaken themselves? Why aren't they teaming up? Or are they teaming up? Are some teaming up?
I think that they all have a desire for power.
Okay.
We've already seen that some of them are held higher than others by the Lord of the Dark, right? Like, at least we've gotten some information about that from like Lanfear and others about certain of them being more powerful or more respected, like kind of like Christ sitting at the right hand of God sort of thing, right? Like there's some at the right hand, some at the left, some further around the table.
Interesting. Yeah.
What do you think, Todd?
Just like I said earlier, I think the Forsaken are splintered. They have their own interests. They have their own motives. They're going for their own thing.
Do you think that this and Kay? Do you think that this is a
They're rogue. Each one's
thing?
rogue.
Or do you think that they are just work? Do you think they have orders, or are they just trying to just do their own fucking thing?
Oh, I think that some of them are maybe have orders. Isn't Lanfear one of them? Lanfear is Forsaken.
Lanfear is the Forsaken, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like Lanfear might have orders, or like at least have like past orders that are embedded in them. You know, that they're like they feel like they have to just accomplish or like, you know, live out or whatever the fuck. I don't know, but yeah, I think like some of them do, and then maybe not all of them though that we've seen. It seems like some of them have kind of gone rogue and are like, hey, I'm gonna try to like help you, but like also I can't that much, and so like let's just
Here's what I think. Yeah, building on that. So the Dark One promised each Forsaken something different. He like talked to him separately, you know, and gave them,
like they have their own Dark Friend, like they did in the Dark Friend Social.
Yeah, the Dark One, like,
hey, I'm gonna make you vice president next.
He offered
next.
Yeah, he offered each one something different, and now they're all vying for something different, and they're rogues, like what we're saying.
Can they kill
each other? Chaos. It's chaos. It's like,
don't you think they learned a lot about each other though? Like whilst they were sealed away, or were they all sealed away in their own separate places?
Oh no! Oh,
that's my.
It's been described as a sleepless dream.
Sleepless dream. Okay, so
And
they're not
like
communicating
playing,
with anybody. Right. Okay, so
the way that they were caught when the Dark One was sealed.
I think that they all have. Then that makes sense to me. Like that they would all have different agendas and like different things that they were assigned, perhaps, kind of the thing, and like they need to carry that on out, whatever that may mean for whatever the fuck that is for whomever, and whichever Forsaken and whatever Black Aja follow that Forsaken.
So could the spurt of evil, could the bubbles of evil that we've seen be the byproduct of the great Lord of the Dark communicating with the Forsaken?
Oh, and like a bad connection?
No, like just like when he's able to reach out of his, because the seal, some of the seals are broken. he can kind of get out a little bit.
He
And
can
when
like
he
blow some
does,
bubbles. He's like,
Okay,
it's like
no,
that's the downstream effect of the Dark One communicating.
Would a Forsaken have to be somehow in close physical proximity to the bubble happening for it to happen? Or is it just like it's happening somewhere in the world and the bubble?
I don't buy into the proximity thing. I don't think that the bubble is proximate to anything in particular. I've not been convinced of that.
So it's more pattern based.
Yeah, well, pattern based. I don't know. This is a brand new thought that I just had.
No, I'm down with this. Is it like when you're running too much shit on your computer and it slows down?
No, more like something drops in a pond and the ripples expand out, right? Like, or a bubble comes up from beneath the surface and like creates an echo, a set of waves that like propagate. Now,
I know, but it's so geometrically. I mean, it's so proximal. I mean, it's like even like in the one bubble evil that happens when all the swords are turning on each other. They're checking around and other places didn't have it. It was just that camp, very specified.
Camp?
Well, yeah,
what camp?
No,
remember this?
We haven't gone.
I mean, I still think I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan, but
yeah.
The times that we've seen it was always it was always with people who themselves were what's the word that like Rand and Matt and fucking Perrin TAVERN, thank you. I think we've only seen TAVERN be affected by it so far. So yeah, maybe it's connected to the pattern. Maybe it's a manipulation in the pattern. I guess that could be another thing, is like when the pattern gets changed or like fucked with, you see this ripple get sent out of that change through the rest of the universe. Again, I don't know why this thought popped into my head, but
it almost reminds me of like when if you've seen like when we were in the Atlantic Ocean over on the East Coast. I remember watching a lot of waves that would crash into each other, creating like these little spouts. Like they'd come from right and left, and then they would just kind of meet in the middle. And
that's the waves in Newport, right?
Positive and negative, feedback systems basically within the wave system. Positive and negative interference.
As a
constructive, destructive interference, actually, I guess.
So I'm just trying to relate that to your own bubble evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think BR is kind of like along what I'm saying here. That's basically.
When the Dark One touches reality, his touch vibrates the membrane of our reality, and this vibration takes on his qualities and creates a bubble of his essence in our reality.
So whether that's like by communicating with the Forsaken, or by fucking with the pattern, or trying to mess with the TAVERN, any of those things could be the event which causes the vibration in the membrane, right?
Vibration in the membrane.
Yeah, all right.
Vibration in the membrane.
Oh, nice.
Let's get back to Benjamin Reno's earlier question, guys. Could the Forsaken, is there animosity and competition with one another to a lethal level? Will they are they able or willing to kill one another?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a Reservoir Dogs situation. It's gonna be like a Reservoir Dogs situation. All guns pulled on each other, like in the
Stop
end.
pointing your gun at my dad!
Like,
and we've already seen that, haven't we? In the MC Escher world, where they all come together and are fighting, and there's that big fireball. I know this is something I bring up all the time, but the thing that Perrin observed, where he saw Lanfear running through, and then the three men were kind of like arguing with one another, and then there was this big flare.
Right.
Totally.
Right.
Yep. I agree.
Okay. Yeah. Good recall. That's total recall.
Oh,
Yeah, James.
Oh my gosh, that
What
shit
are
has
you
been
related? You want to
happening
finish my
all
sandwiches?
day.
You're finished.
No, that's the weirdest shit.
There is a another drinking obligation. Quote.
come on up here.
Elaine supposed there was no accounting for taste. Nynaeve certainly loved Lan, and he was much too stone-faced and intimidating. Lan being referred to as stone-faced is, of course, an obligation to drink. And I see that you guys aren't really participating. I'm glad Kay is.
I'm
beer.
totally willing to participate. I'm
I'm all out.
proud.
My beers
Oh,
are broken.
Participate.
Wait. And what is that you're holding up?
What is
Oh
that
my!
mug?
Well, this is a Wave Leaf mug. If you
Is
didn't
it a
know.
frock mug?
And we have these available for purchase. We also have many other things like T-shirts, shot glasses,
Yeah.
tank tops,
Case of-
and
yeah.
T-shirts in many colors.
Oh,
We have short clothes too,
Yeah.
right?
There you
Small
go.
clothes.
We have
Small
small
clothes.
clothes. We
Small
have
clothes.
large clothes. We have all the clothing.
Ryan, by the way, as an update, our friend Diljit had won a T-shirt in one of our raffles. I just received it today. I will be sending it out tomorrow, and the Way of the Leaf will be representing in India, Ryan.
Yes! Amazing.
This is how viruses start. We go to the largest,
This is
densest
true.
population, we throw away the leaf in there, and we just see if it spreads.
So you're gonna put as many of your like American like cooties on it and see if you can get them sick over there?
Yeah, I've already done. DNA is on the shirt. Let's just say that.
You licked them, right, with
I
your
licked 'em.
butt tongue.
I licked him with my heart.
Your butt tongue. No. Oh.
Tis a quality mug. VR.
Tis.
Tis.
Yeah. So I just real quick though, before you go on, I just want to point out we do have shot glasses, but you can like K-Site tonight, just put all your vodka in one big glass and drink it straight.
It's totally up to
You
you.
claim.
Go.
Dan, are we just gonna go straight and then stop? Sounds like it.
Yeah, I
Sounds like
mean, we're at the end of this chapter. So, real fast though, Egg Yannon does seem to kind of take a liking to Bail Doman. She's like, yeah, she says, quote, the thief catcher? No, it was Bail Doman I met. A properly set up man, but a smuggler, she sighed regretfully, a lawbreaker.
A lawbreaker.
Egg Yannon is lawful good as far as her alignment in Dungeons and Dragons. Or lawful neutral, I guess. Because she did have a woman in her basement.
Page.
right.
So they're like, all right, we needed to get into the palace. That's what we're thinking. Boom. They had a plan agreed upon and no intention of letting the man change a whit of it. They came up with their plan. We're doing it. And that's the end of the chapter. What did I miss in this chapter called Need, guys?
Okay,
Covered
I
it.
liked. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, no. Go on.
I just really liked Nynaeve's attitude throughout the entire thing. She was just like hell bent on being a little bitch about everything, but really just like insistent and hell bent on her, stuff, and that's fine and great. But I thought she was funny.
Yeah. No.
Honestly, I underlined a bunch of things, and I was like, "This is hilarious."
Nynaeve is like.
She's just like,
Yeah, Nynaeve's hilarious.
oh my goodness.
But she wouldn't be laughing at herself.
No, she wouldn't be, but I'm laughing at her.
Yeah.
And because she's so angry, like, all the time, and it's really funny. So,
That naive.
I know, right?
This is fucking.
We are not here to slit Sean throats. Nynaeve said as though that might change later.
Start over here laughing. I couldn't.
Oh, no. Okay, I get it. And then at the top of my page, it says lots of Nynaeve-tude in there. So, yeah. We are not here to slit Sean-Chan's throats, Nynaeve said, as though it might change later.
Yeah, it's a good line.
Yeah, it's open. Yeah.
I just can't even. And then also, I was like, okay, well, what is a Shay dancer?
Oh, a Shay dancer. That's
Oh yeah. it's
And
brought
I was
up.
like, oh, maybe we need to read on, but also maybe I just need to read backwards.
It was brought
Well,
up.
they cover themselves in
they don't
shea
mention-
butter.
Yeah, this is the
Right,
first one.
obviously, that's a given the spelling.
So if you go see the Mets, they play at Shea Stadium. They have a couple dancers that come out during the 7th inning stretch. They're topless.
They butter and they butter up.
And they butter up and they just
butter it all up.
they just rub
shea
their
butter.
nipples against each other.
They go rub,
Yeah,
dab in the tubby.
Shea butter.
And they go shea butter. And it's like an advertisement.
Exactly.
Okay, fine. Got it.
Shea butter.
Shea butter.
I assumed it was kind of like the this culture, the Sey-Chan's version of the dance that we learned about from Fail.
That's what I was going to bring up. Yeah.
Sasara
Yeah.
Samsara.
It's their equivalent of the Sasara.
and the Tinkers have one too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, or the
Well, that's
Tinker's
it.
dance.
It's a dirty
Gonza.
dance.
Gonza.
It's like a dirty dance, right? It's like
Yeah.
Like a badunk-a-dunk.
it's like dirty dancing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
right
like
after
let's
our-
go grinding slowly.
Patrick
Is there
Swayze's
anything
like,
we missed in this chapter?
Teach me.
What was that, bro?
Is there anything that we missed in this chapter before we take a little tiny break?
I'm sure there's at least 2 drinking obligations we missed, but
We got a
I
going on.
skipped over 1 or 2. Right, obviously.
let's carry on. I have to get a beer. My beers are broken.
Uh-oh. Yeah, let's move on.
No, you gotta be dead.
what are we doing? Break?
Yeah, let's do a break.
All right.
Quick
Doing a
break. I
break.
gotta get a beer.
We got a long show ahead of us. Let's do one more.
We're doing the whole book right now.
Josh is like, I'm out.
Word by word.
Me too.
Let's-
Narga's smart. This much is true. Now is the time to judge how Alvear has helped you. Narg smart. Narg I'm going to use my normal voice here for this campaign. My name is Nog, and I'm running for mayor of Edmondsfield. Nog is smart. I mean, I'm ridiculously smart. I went to the best schools. I was the top of my class. I studied civil engineering and city planning. I know what the Two Rivers in Edmondsfield specifically needs. I have major plans. I want to develop indoor plumbing, central sewage. I want to use the wine spring itself as a generator for electrical power. Because, frankly, I am concerned with the Edmondsfield plight. We came in and I see houses that are mostly still made of grass and straw, and this just isn't progress. Progress equals jobs. Jobs equals prosperity. Prosperity equals more children for Nog to eat. But I promise I won't eat any of Emmonsfield children. I'm sure it's just the bears and the wolves. Please, when you go to Trolloc as your mayor, thank you and have a blessed day. Edmondsfield deserves better. One who follows the law down to the letter. Nog the Trolloc is the goat. Nog the Trolloc has my vote.
Are you weak and lacking power? Are you barely paid by the hour? Why don't you join our wholesome group? Instantly be in the loop. Join the Shadow Pals and we will have some fun. We'll hunt some villagers and farm us on the run. Come join the Shadow Pals, I bet you'll rise in rank. Would not be imprisoned, somewhere cold and dank. Join the Shadow Pals. Join the Shadow Pals. Join the Shadow Pals.
Bella Horse. Bella Horse. Bella Horse. Bella Horse. Run away. Run away. Run away. Run away. Save Edwin. Save Edwin. Save Edwin. Save Edwin. Save the world. Save the world. Gonna save the world. Save the world. Bella!
Hello, this is Ringo Starr, and I'm here to tell you to go to villagemattress.net or call Chris. Do, that's what I said. We all sleep with a little help from our friends. Whoop-a-doo.
We're actually the last one. Their bodies are going
The space
going in action. And we're closing soon. Sir, we're closing soon. I really hope that you make it. I need proof of vaccination. I need proof of vaccination. That's all I need. But it's closing. We're closing soon. What? Door's closing in 3 seconds. There's nothing I can do without proof of vaccination. Door's closing in 3, 2, 1.
No, I don't know where it is.
Welcome back.
Oh. Here we
Ladies and
are.
germs. Brother Dan.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Cheers.
Todd, good to see you. Glad we've all made it back.
Did we lose Josh? Are we all back, Ryan?
I don't see our friend Josh. I think we lost Josh.
We may have lost Josh.
Yeah, I think Josh.
Broshawa.
Did we tarry on or do we call it and say goodnight?
I mean, we can do another chapter. We're at over 2 hours now. Look at the little timer.
He may have just had to freaking go, you know, like
He just did the Irish goodbye.
maybe.
He's like,
I mean, only the Irish would know, so I
wait,
defer
isn't
to
that just croaking,
the puppet.
like dying?
the Irish goodbye. Yeah, it's a heart attack.
dying.
Oh, is that
Or
what it is?
he's making a stiff drink, probably.
It's liver failure.
Stiffy.
That's the Irish goodbye.
Cirrhosis. Nice. That's the way to not go, actually.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's do 53.
Let's do chapter 53. So we have this is the parent chapter, and they're chilling in the common room of the Wine Spring Inn. There's everyone's fucked up. There's been a lot of attacks. Many attacks have happened.
Battle weary. Yeah.
Sen is bumming some weed off of people. He's like, oh, I forgot my weed. Brand's all fine. Take some of mine. Perrin hears that the women are on half rations right now. Things are getting kind of rough in the Two Rivers, guys. Evansfield is like they're running out of food and shit.
They're spread thin.
They're spread thin, yeah. Well,
tough
and
times, dude.
they have not only that, it's like they have every farmer for miles around in the village now. So normally these farmers would be like feeding their own shit. They would be growing their own potatoes and cabbage or whatever Two Rivers people eat, whatever peasant food, whatever little stews they
Yep.
whatever
Stews.
rutabagas, their turnips. But they all left their farms, so the Two Rivers just has just what they had, you know.
I always wondered why there isn't a character on the Wheel of Time named Stu. They ate him.
Waiting.
They ate him. Yeah, they ate every stew.
Stew always goes really quick.
Perrin's buddies now. Well, they're not his buddies, but people that like kind of like are like Team Perrin. They go by the companions now. They're called the
I
companions.
like this. This is cute. I like it.
Right. Who
He's got
doesn't
his-
want a good 10 companions around you?
And they follow him around too, right? Like everywhere
They
he
do.
walks. Yeah, that's great.
Um,
Dude. It's entourage, man. Perrin deserves an entourage. Fuck yeah.
He
Perrin
does.
Yeah.
And he's worked hard for it, and they're like really
yeah.
giving him, like paying him that tribute. I mean, I don't know a ton about this chapter, but I do know that.
Totally.
Well, they not only do the companions join him, but also Aram
Oh yeah.
is coming out with his sword, and Fael has a child. Perrin didn't want to. You know what? I did underline that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, I
tell-
didn't really want to
don't
tell
tell-
her that she's got a little kid's bow. So there's no way she could possibly use a man's Two Rivers bow. But you know what? I'm sure it's effective. Her little pew 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 pew. They say, Lord Perrin. He's like, don't call me that. It's like, Lord Perrin, there's someone who will only talk to you. The White Cloaks brought in. He's fucked up. And he's like, all right, I'm coming. Go out there. 20 White Cloaks. He comes with his 10 companions and all that. It's and there's like a farmer just laid out, just weeded out. He's like, I can, must get through to Perrin Golden Eyes. He's like, I'm Perrin.
Nice.
He's like, Golden Eyes? I can't see very well. And Perrin's like, fuck, fine. Yeah, I'm Perrin Golden Eyes. What is it? He says, quote, we are coming. Sent to tell you we are come.
Oh, drink. Everyone drink.
We are coming? Yeah, I did underline that.
Bonk, 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 bonk. Always at the way
Yeah.
of the leaf.
Yeah, he was dying to get that joke out.
Hey, put up the Patreon thing right now. Yeah?
Oh yeah. If you
Since
like
I'm right
humor
here
like
with you, I
that,
can't like just chat.
if you like witty barbs like that,
Witty barbs.
We got him.
That's like, yeah. I remember our great grandfather was in World War I. He was on the beach of Somme. He was storming the beach, and he's like, "Those are witty barbs," as he climbed over barbed wire.
What? Oh my gosh.
Witty barbs.
Witty barbs.
witty
Right?
barbs.
Did we go to school with
Nice.
witty barbs?
Barbs.
He
He
is
climbed over
his brother's
barbed
name.
wire.
Witty
I
Bob.
heard it. Yeah, witty bobs.
Silo
Those are witty
barbs.
bobs. Eh?
Another drinking obligation
Yeah.
because the men were, quote, fingering spears and bows.
Fuck.
I know.
That's it right there.
So he's like, we are coming. I don't know what the fuck that means, but you guys don't kill anyone unless you know what you're killing. Don't do it. And then they're like, Perrin Golden Eyes, Lord Perrin. He's like, don't call me that. They're like, There's movement in the Westwood. They want you to go check. He goes over because they're like, you got your special bionic golden eyes, right? He's like, yeah. He looks.
Let me check it out.
Loyal! Come on, Loyal. Loyal's carrying Gall. He's running with Gall in his arms.
Yeah.
He's like, Perrin, we did it. We closed the way gate, but there's got to be at least 5,000 fucking Trollocs and maybe 50 Fades out there. It's fucking nuts. In comes Lord Luke. He's like, you're wrong. Here's some heads, and there's probably only 1,000.
Who do we
They're like,
believe?
hey, Loyal, you're the best. Thank you. Your bedroom now has half a dozen tinkers in it. I don't know if that's a tink of yours, but they're, Widley, baby.
Are you? Hey, Dan, are you tink shaming?
Ooh, tink.
We don't do that on the
We
channel.
don't take shame on this show.
Ryan, you're in top form tonight. I really enjoy your humor.
Thank you. We're very opposed to tink shaming on this channel.
right.
She, Fael's like, you got to go to bed. He's like, no. Gall is hurt. Gall's got a messed up leg. Bane and Shad are like, hey, we're going to take care of you. He's like, no. And they're like, hey, don't make me say that I'm touching you while armed here. Don't make me pull that card, all right? You just be a submissive little bitch right now. You just deal with us. And he's like, fine, I'll deal. Grumble.
There you go.
Parents like, well, shit. 5,000 Trollocs and 1,000 Trollocs. I really kind of need to know. Time to go to the Wolf Dream. I've avoided it all this time, but time to do it.
Gotta find out myself.
Gotta find out myself. So before he goes to the dream, is there anything I missed, Todd or Kay?
You nailed it, brother Dan.
Okay.
Nailed that
So
shit.
he
Wait,
He
no,
goes
this
right in
this whole
and sees
chapter.
Go ahead. No, please.
Wait, no, about this whole chapter.
No.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
He goes in and right off the bat, he sees so he's looking for ravens in the sky. It says, quote, as he scanned for the birds, a patch of sky darkened, became a window to somewhere else. Egwene stood among a crowd of women, fear in her eyes. Slowly the women knelt around her. Nynaeve was one of them, and he believed he saw Elaine's red gold hair. That window faded and was replaced. Mat stood naked and bound, snarling. An odd spear with a black shaft had been thrust across his back behind his elbows, and a silver medallion, a fox head, hung on his chest. Mat vanished, and it was Rand. Perrin thought it was Rand. He wore rags and a rough cloak, and a bandage covered his eyes. The third window disappeared. The sky was only sky, empty except for the clouds. What give me your interpretation of what Perrin is seeing here, guys.
I mean, he's looking into these are like future visions, I think. That's all I can make of it. I mean, they're head scratchers. It's like, oh man, what's gonna happen? I guess Elaine and Nynaeve are reunited with Egwene, and they're like together in this future or this possible
It
future.
says Egwene stood among a crowd of women, fear in her eyes. Slowly the women knelt around her.
So they're gonna get back. They'll reunite. I don't know about the mat.
Why would women be kneeling? I mean, is it and Nynaeve and Elaine among them?
Some ceremony.
Yeah.
For the wise ones, or
okay.
I don't know. So many things. What do you think?
Do you have any thoughts,
Yeah.
Kay, on Egwene? in his little window?
Oh, I was talking. Sorry, we were on mute. Yeah. Now I can't remember what I was saying. Any idea?
What was the question?
That's all right. We can move on. So, and then there's Matt, naked and bound, snarling. What?
That was one of the, I don't know. Just, that was a great
ADHD moment.
ADD,
I
yeah.
can't. Sorry, I couldn't remember what I was saying. I was just
It's
talking.
okay.
It's all right.
Sorry.
It's funny.
They'll come to you.
So Rand wore rags and a rough cloak, and a bandage covered his eyes.
No, let's talk about Matt though. Wait.
Let's talk about Matt. Naked
Yeah.
and snarling, bound. An odd spear with a black shaft had been thrust across his back behind his elbows.
Black Shaft. Drink.
Dude, Black Shaft.
I
Dude, Robert Jordan's
Well done.
Robert Jordan's getting kiki with that one.
I'm nervous now.
A black shaft across your back?
RJ's getting
He's getting
extremely. He's getting kiki.
So what about Matt? What I mean,
Tinky.
Oh, the one thing about Matt, the silver medallion. It's a fox head. Does that does that go back to the fox people or whatever they are? I forget their names. There's like the fox people and then the lizard people, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. There's the snake. Wait.
I can't remember the names.
Well, Josh has all the answers, but he's not here right now. So we'll call them whatever we want. We'll call them the snake people and the fox people.
snake people and fox people.
So that medallion has something to do with that, I think.
Well, that was one of the things that he did receive
From that.
He received, he got a medallion around his neck shaped like a fox.
From Ruidine, or was it from one of the
Meridian, correct.
Yeah. Ruidine.
Yeah.
That's the one with the red twisty doors, right?
Correct. The twisted red doorway.
Yes.
The twisty red doors. I like.
Twisty
exactly.
red doors. You know.
So Perrin looks down. He's like, I got a hammer, or I got I need the axe. It says that was what he needed now. That was what he was now. The hammer changed slowly as if resisting. But he gets his axe and he starts going around like just scoping out Two Rivers. He sees that there's been trolley camps over here. Boom. Trolley camps. Boom. I'm jumping over. Bah, bah. Look at me. He sees that there was a burned out Tuathwan wagon. And that's the line that I had used. It says, the sight of the Tuathwan caravan's destruction pained him even more than the farmhouses. The way of the Leaf should have a chance somewhere, not here. Not letting himself look, he leaped south a mile or more. Finally, he's in Devon Ride. Apparently, Devon Ride is even more hickish than Emmons Field. It says, Devon Ride surely had even fewer visitors in Emmons Field.
They had way more thatched roofs.
Yeah, even their inn. But their inn has a cool fucking name.
Thatch.
The Goose and Pipe.
That's awesome.
So here's the inn name. Here's the inn names that we here's the inn names that we hear. At Watch Hill, they have the White Boar. And Devon Ride, they have the Goose and Pipe. In Emmons Field, they have the Wine Spring Inn. Oof. Come on.
You see it, you see it right there.
The Goose and Pipe are way cooler names.
The Wine Spring is way more like hoity-toity.
It's just like naming yourself, hey, this is the Los Angeles Hotel. I don't know. Or the
Wine Spring. Wine Spring's bougie. It's way more bougier than
Wine Spring. I mean, it's the name of the river right in front. Wow. The Goose and Pipe. Get the fuck out of here,
everybody. Where do you summer?
The White Lord.
Is that owned by Gawain? The Wine Spring Inn?
Go!
No, nice. So he goes over, he jumps over Dreamland. He gets to Terran Ferry. He's like, what? The ferry's still here. That's weird. I would have thought that they would have destroyed that, but the ferry's still in. All right, cool. He bends down. It says he bent to pick up a doll with a painted wooden face, and an arrow streaked through where his chest had been. Bum, bum, bum. It's Slayer, guys. Slayer's back. And he shot a big arrow at Perrin. Perrin jumps away. I'm out. And
wow.
He waits. He's like, I'm
really
not
waiting to hear about.
I'm just waiting. What are you waiting?
I was waiting to hear about Josh's take on this.
I know. I'm missing Josh.
Situation, and I'm really missing Josh right now. So, anyway,
wait, we got this. This is
second best. Todd. I'm kidding. I love Todd. Todd, you're the fucking first best because you're the orig. You're the OG.
The
of
Riz.
this show. So.
And now, KayK, this is our show now. We don't have Josh. We don't have Broshua.
Yeah. Rally, K Rally.
Dude, this is our show now.
Right.
Don't wither, Rally.
Fuck up.
Let's make Josh. Let's make Broshua jealous. Let's make him toast jelly.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So what's going on with? First of all, let's fulfill this drinking obligation. Perrin does see. Run. Perrin, run. There's enough distractions, I think.
Perrin does see there are enough distractions, and I'm drinking.
Right. I mean, yeah, come on. We can end now if you want.
Yeah, a little bit of a chance.
I'm good. I'm rolling. I'm having a great time.
Yeah. Perrin does see Slayer's face, and it is, quote, dark hair and blue eyes, a face all hard planes and angles. So reminiscent of Land's face. Guys, that's a drinking obligation. Whenever we hear Land regarded as stone-faced or planes and angles,
I like this part.
I've switched now to
Irish,
like Bailey's, but better.
Good for you, man.
I would love. I want to. Yeah. I want to partake in that.
It's good. It's good.
When we see you in July.
So Perrin just fucking hangs out. He's like, all right, I'm just going to hang. There's Slayer. Boom. I shoot him in the fucking chest. Bah! Perrin rolls. The Slayer drools. Blah, blah, blah.
The man howled, clutching the arrow with both hands. Black feathers
Okay,
rained
I'm
down
gonna
as
have
the ravens
so much
beat their
Irish
wings in
whiskey.
frenzy.
I'm going to have so much Irish cream for when you guys visit, by the way.
Wow, you totally interrupted Todd.
I know, yeah.
Dude, I was reading a passage.
So rude, Brother Dan.
Yeah, I was almost gonna cry. I was like mid-tear.
I know. I was like, and then it was like,
you know,
wait,
like when
what?
your nose starts,
your
nose starts tickling
when we're gonna be there.
Yeah, choke yourself.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, hey, this is Dan's Michael Hutchison impersonation. We have not seen. He's been working on this for a long time, Dan. Okay, go on.
Oh, Brother Dan. Please, Brother Dan.
Yep.
End
so
scene.
much Irish cream. End scene. Thank you. That scene was called So Much Irish Cream.
If you stayed around,
thank you.
What?
What?
You were greatly rewarded.
Way of the leaf.
That was the best shit ever.
Like and subscribe. Hit that like button right now, you assholes. If you haven't done it already, you better fucking smash it.
Smash it.
Yeah.
Smash it. Bash it. Bash it. Yeah.
Read for me, Todd.
The man howled, clutching the arrow with both hands. Black feathers rained down as the ravens beat their wings in a frenzy. And Slayer faded. Him and his cry together, growing misty, transparent, vanishing.
Nice.
The raven's shriek vanished as if severed with a knife. The arrow that had transfixed the man dropped to the ground. Ah, I love that fucking scene.
The ravens were gone too.
And the arrow drops to the ground out of his fucking chest. Like,
yeah. The arrow just drops. He disappears. What's going on with the ravens here?
yeah, they're a part of him, which they share like.
Go. No, go.
Yeah, the ravens are a part of Slayer, and Perrin realizes that the ravens darted and swirled above as if they shared Slayer's anxiety. So they were like a projection of Slayer's like emotions.
Do you guys think that this is a power of Teleranrion? That if Perrin gets strong enough, he can get some ravens?
Ooh. Or some wolves.
I think Kyle is like the raven.
Or are the ravens like Slayer's wolves?
That's what I was going to say.
Slayer referred to it as the Raven Dream, and Perrin referred to it as the Wolf Dream.
Right. Sure.
I don't know.
The Raven Dream and the Wolf Dream?
Yeah,
Perrin
just
has-
based on their different context. So Slayer seems to be surrounded by ravens. Perrin's more associates it with wolves. So maybe just personal context. Maybe he's like, oh, I got to slip into the Raven Dream. I don't know.
It's totally plausible.
I think I'm losing you guys here. Am I?
It feels like very much like I don't know. I don't know. I thought
that's just an esoteric question. It's almost like a yes or no, and like it's hard to embellish because they probably never thought of that ever.
Just say yes. No.
Yeah, well done, Todd.
Just say yes.
Well, I mean, there's like Slayer in the Raven Dream. Is like Slayer in a Raven Dream watching wolves? Like, what do you think's happening? Or is he in the Wolf Dream? Controlling ravens.
Ooh, controlling ravens in the wolf dream. That's crazy.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I would have to go back.
So Perrin wakes up. He's like, well, at least I fucking killed Slayer. And he hears commotion. He's only been asleep for like an hour. But apparently Lord Luke, got hurt. Yeah, he had a thing in his chest. Yeah. And
Interesting.
Perrin's like, Luke, he says, quote, Luke and Slayer and Luke. How could they be the same? It was impossible. They don't even look the same. Slayer looks like Lan, while Luke looks more like Rand.
Oh, right. Yeah, Perrin's like going for a ride on this one. It's got to be in a doozy. I mean, this goes back. I remember I called out this, the similarities between Luke and Slayer.
Yeah.
You did. You totally did.
I felt like Vanquish for a second. So, like, apparently Slayer, I guess, can transform, kind of like Lanfear, apparently, right? In the real world, out of the Teleranrion. But that's assuming that the Wolf Dream and Teleranrion are the same. I don't know. I still haven't.
That's really the weird question, right? Like, is the Wolf Dream and Teleranrion, are they the same thing?
Yeah.
I think there's something that's revealed in the next chapter about that, but we won't go there. But yeah, initially,
go there. Actually, do go there, Todd, right now.
No, we can
go there.
I mean, we're talking Teleranrion. So what are your thoughts?
I don't want to go into the next chapter because we're not going to make it there. You guys,
Yeah, I know, but we can still just we
can
we're not gonna
reference it.
ignore that we
Like
didn't read
we've
it.
all read it.
Okay.
there's one part in the chapter where like someone sees Perrin, right? They're like your wolf buddy Perrin is in Tel'aran'rhiod also. I think it's one of the wise ones or shoot, I can't remember.
I don't
Okay, so-
remember that.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a total like reveal. There's a total
Wait,
reveal
there is
somewhere.
a wise
Like,
one. You're right.
or like someone sees Perrin, they're like, your Two Rivers buddy Perrin was there also.
Oh, God.
Or he's been seen like in Tel'aran'rhiod. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So the wolf dream is like Tel'aran'rhiod.
Huh. I don't remember that. What it could have been Brigitte?
I don't know. I have all this like poor Aram stuff. Sword versus family.
I think it's in the next chapter, actually.
Difficult.
Okay. Yeah, the next chapter
Struggle.
is the Elaine chapter, where it's her and Nynaeve, more or less, both of them. But yeah, we're gonna stick with this one.
Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, Perrin sits down with Fael. He's like, "Hey, baby, I need a favor. Can you be a superstar for me? Can you do me? Can you? I'll be your best friend. Can you please do me a favor? I need you to run far away from here and go to Camelin and tell them that we need guards. That would be awesome. That would be great. We're good here. We're good. We're gonna protect things. We're good. But if you can take Banishad with you," Shad was like, "What the fuck?" Fael's like, "Don't worry, you're not gonna have to leave Gaul." Perrin's like, "I don't understand this at all." But he's like, "Can you please just can you do me this fave? That would be awesome." She's like, "I will if you marry me tonight."
Bam.
He's like, "You're a jerk for making me even ask." He's like, "I want to marry you. No, let's go to the village."
Fael, the most amazing character ever.
He's like, "Let's go to the women's circle now. We'll say our vows, and then in a year, as custom dictates, then we can totally get married." And she's like, "Well, yeah, let me read it." As it,
She's like, that'd be a no. You're just gonna marry me now. Fucking piece of shit.
She says, hold on. Where's that? Oh, I can't find it. But it was pretty much like, well, I kind of sort of already talked to the women's circle, and they figure since we've been traveling for about a year, we're pretty much engaged already. So we can probably get married tonight right now. And he's like, fuck it.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
That covers it, yeah.
It says, yeah, here it says, this is so cute. I do want to read this, actually. I just happened to mention in passing, I just mentioned to Mistress Alvear how we had been traveling together. I don't know how it came up. And she said, and Mrs. Conger agreed with her. Not that I talked to everybody. She said that we certainly could be considered betrothed already under your customs. And the year is just to make sure you really do get along together, which we do, as anyone can see. And here I am being forwarded as a Domani hussy or one of them Terran Gauls. If you ever think of Bearlane. Oh, Light, I'm babbling, and if you won't. He cut her off by kissing her as thoroughly as he knew how. So let's
That's an interesting line.
Fucking doing the best kiss he can fucking do.
He's like, I think Matt or Rand would kiss like this. So I'm gonna like
Kiss a girl. La 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 la.
I just stick the tongue. I just stick the tongue in, right? Is that
Right? Just stick the tongue in.
Just the
Just
tip.
slide the tongue. No.
Just the tip.
So I like this. He says
Just-
he must have done even better with the kiss than he thought. He had to repeat himself 6 times, with her giggling against his throat and demanding he say it again before she seemed to understand. Will you marry me? He said breathlessly when he was done tonight.
Sort
Loyal had been roused to stand with him, for him with Aram, and Bane and Shad stood for Fael. There were no flowers to put in her hair or his, but Bane, guided by Marin, tucked a long red wedding ribbon around his neck, and Loyal threaded another through Fael's dark hair, his thick fingers surprisingly deft and gentle. Perrin's hands trembled as he cupped hers. I, Perrin Ibarra, do pledge you my heart, Fael Bashir, for as long as I live. What I possess in this world I give to you. I will keep and hold you, succor and tend you, protect and shelter succor and tend you, protect and shelter you for all the days of my life. I am yours always and forever.
Oh, that's such a.
He pledges his left to Fael, and she says, I, Zareen Bashir. And he thinks, that was a surprise. She hated that name. Her hands never trembled at all, while his were shaking visibly.
Oh, I love Perrin.
I love Perrin too. I got as I was like highlighting this stuff, I got a little choked up.
You know what? Perrin's a little bitch in my book.
Oh.
But I did and do.
Is your notes say little bitch?
Yes.
Shitty ass bitch.
When he was
shitty ass little bitch.
When he was shot with the arrow and the arrow was stuck. And
Oh
he
yeah,
was just,
you were like he can't.
crying
Little bitch boy.
And
yeah.
I stuck by that, but he's not really like he's great, and he's great in this love scene scenario. I mean, what
it's a tender moment.
Person. It's like he's so tender, and he's the guy like every girl really wants, you know. I mean, so Fael is a lucky bitch, and that's just nice. So.
It's a beautiful moment.
Is there anything I missed about this chapter that we wanted to touch on?
I think you nailed it, man.
The dream, him shooting Slayer and Luke.
I think Josh will have a lot to say, and he'll be like, "Hey, I wasn't here, so I need to go back and talk about the last chapter so that I can reference the next chapter." I'm just kidding. I love Josh so much. I just make fun because he's fun.
We love
him.
We love
Josh. In real
John.
life.
Exactly.
We love
We
Broshua.
love. Yeah, he's the best.
So no, Brother Dan. One thing I wanted to point out is on the Audible books when we first listened to it, he has his inner dialogue, but I didn't recognize he had an inner dialogue, so it sounded like he was saying it out loud. So he's like, "I pledge everything I own to you," and then he's like, "My hammer." I was like, "Oh my god!" He's like Forrest Gumping this,
A horse, an axe,
a bow, a hammer. Not much to give the bride. I give you life, my love. It's all I have. But that's just dialogue, yeah.
So funny. I'm stoked to move on. Let's remind everyone, or not remind everyone, let's inform everyone. Next week we're going to take off, and then we're going to try and finish up the series.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Then
no way. We
We'll
tried to
figure something out.
do 4 chapters. We did 3. We tried to. There's no way. There's no way we're doing 5 chapters.
There's definitely no way. And that is the way of the Leaf.
All right,
there you go.
No way.
That is the way.
All right, let's get this some business
There's
before
no
we say
way.
goodbye. If you're
What
wondering,
are you wearing?
if you're wondering, what is this amazing piece that's on K-Size head, you too can own such wonderful marvels of art if you go to etsy.com/shop/Aurora's gift box. And this is our friend MaTsDaGger's lovely wife's Etsy account, and you can see some amazing handmade pieces she is displaying there, and all of it's really well made.
Seriously, look at the detail on some of these pieces, guys. I mean,
amazing.
it
She
really is quality
seriously
shit.
does. Yeah.
One of those looks like the Dreamstone. Ooh.
Totally, right?
The one right in the middle, the Dreamstone.
I
man.
know exactly which one you're talking about.
The bottom-
Todd, and I
bottom
totally agree.
middle.
Yeah, the bottom in the middle. It's so pretty. Yeah, I know. All of them
dream
have
butthole?
like this different representation to me for different things, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
She does an amazing job.
Yeah. Couldn't be happier to support this.
Yeah,
She didn't ask for this. We're just
truly.
doing this.
No,
And
this
also,
is
let's
cool.
talk
I love it.
Patreon. I want to thank our Patreon members, starting with, we're going to just go in order: Wolf Brother 7, Tree, The Will Read, Skeeterish, Scott Terrio, RainbowEverything, Jake, Impossibly Spectacular Josh, DKmoon, DeeTee, Dan Conroy, Christini, our new friend Bryant, 9LZ, MaTsDaGger, our new friend Lumen, our new friend Karri John, our new friend Beth Weston, Benjamin Reno, Village Mattress, Mistress Dovie, Flamingo Sedai, Troy Sinclair, and Troy Sinclair, I don't know. And then MrHowley rounds off that list. If you are one of those weirdos who likes to pay for things that are free, it goes a long way. It helps to pay for these giant puppet heads that we have. Helps to go for travel expenses for different cons and whatnot. It helps.
It's a mustache oil for Ryan.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fragrance free though. It's got to be like. I'm very.
And for Todd.
It's got to be hypoallergenic. But
There
yeah,
you go.
so seriously, folks,
Beautiful.
we love and care for every one of you, and we sincerely hope we meet you in person at one of these conventions. Please don't come to our homes. We like to go to like gatherings that are predetermined, so we're ready for you. We'll say hi.
Speak for yourself. I had Kev over to my house. I enjoyed it.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't mind having some of these people over to our home.
This next chapter has 6 or 7 drinking obligations.
As long as they're invited.
Speaking of which, you go to www.newcreations.com. newcreationsbyjen.com/the way of the leaf.
Nice,
You too can get
Good
one of these
job.
amazing
Like that?
shot glasses. Like I was saying, you can
Beautiful shot glass.
You can choose to put your shots in a shot glass, or you can put your shots in a full glass and get super drunk. Everyone, it's time to say goodnight. Everyone, raise your glasses, raise your books,
Raise your
run for
beers
your
and balls.
lives. This is the way to leave.